Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I'm your chivalrous Game Master Tom, and this is episode 11, Cooing All Over You. Now, if you think I'm not going to plug our Patreon, then you are sorely mistaken. Hey, if you're listening this deep into the season with episode 11, then clearly you're a fan of the show. Take a look at our Patreon page and consider tossing a few bucks our way to access a ton of extra content. Patreon.com/IngloriousBards. Check it out. In our last adventure, the heroes have returned to the town of Salor. This mining community is surrounded by a protective yellow barrier keeping out thousands of violent monsters. The Prophets return to take down Director Rutledge with their all-powerful, super-secret weapon of a single piece of paper that states they're in charge. Rutledge and his corporate security did not take this too well, not well at all. The bullets are flying, civilians are caught in the middle, and there's a big security robot with machine guns for arms. The adventure begins. Sir, your squad is in the elevator on their way up to you with the Prophets. They are armed and brought an Ashenforge brute with them. Director Rutledge turns off the communicator, leans back in his chair, folds his hands together, and taps on his chin in thought. He doesn't have to look at the witch in white to feel the anger in her. He can sense the growing hatred in the air. Easy, he says to her. That Prophet Epoki is not with them. That means they've had to deal with repercussions from their leaders. They're just here to give me what I want. They're not stupid. They'll show a little force to save face before getting the hell off my planet. Yet, be ready, just the same. The doors to the luxurious office open. Rutledge sits behind a massive desk on one side of the room with giant windows on the other side that look out over the town. Long leather couches and fancy chairs decorate the space. A fountain trickles in the corner not far from a huge security robot stationed in the office. The Prophets enter, followed by 4 security officers. Rutledge opens with short pleasantries. He wants this meeting over quickly with so many weapons nearby. He asks straight away why they're here. Officer Talon and Chromish have been brought. Perfect. That means the Triumvirate will be gone for good and he can have full control over the dome. The conversation changes. Things get interesting. This shouldn't be interesting. He sits back, lets the lady talk for a bit. There's an arrogance in her tone. She thinks she knows something. He speaks and puts her in her place. It doesn't work. He shifts uncomfortably in his leather chair. The hatred still grows in the air. Some cowardly prophet hands him a paper. He glances at it, then delicately lets them all know he's the one in charge in this room, but they don't respond as he expects. He takes a closer look at the paper. It does indeed show the Triumvirate is disbanded, but this weird little prophet standing before him will be in charge for the next 30 days. Signed by an actual member of the Silver Council. It's authentic. Shit. He tries to hide his contempt. He agrees to their terms, yet throws up a mild defense against looking over his computers. It's just a delay. Think, figure this out. All that matters now is getting out of this office alive. His leverage is gone. Bribes won't work. What threat he could make now is over. There's no talking his way out. She's got him. He smiles, sits back in his chair, leans over towards the witch in the corner and says, "The winds of change are upon us." She lashes out with psionic energy just as the security officer responds to the code phrase. All hell breaks loose. So, we are going, my friends. This is normally a...
Wait to see if that holds true.
This is normally a surprise round type situation, but you guys were ready. You weren't quite sure for what. So I'm going to give them kind of an edge on you. So what's going to happen is instead of you guys losing out on the first round in surprise, you will get to go, but you will all get to go after they do. After that, it'll be a mixed up normal initiative round is how it's going to work. So right off the bat, going by bad guys only are the security guards. The first security guard is, there's 4 of them, they're by the door. The one on the far left is parallel kind of with Kolsch, and he blasts over a long couch that's between the two of you, and he shoots twice at you, Kolsch. with an 8 and an 11.
Both miss. I'm going to use a stunt dice and return fire.
Do it.
Ooh. With a 12.
12 is a miss. Shots are fired. It's close range, but still not good. Another one blasts. He blasts once at Chromish. Chromish is hit and drops to the ground. A shot is fired at Officer Talon, and that shot misses. Another guard fires. This one fires at Talon, Officer Talon, and Officer Talon is hit and fired at Albus in the back for 23 to hit.
Ooh, yeah, that hits.
You have been hit for 9 points of piercing damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
And the last security guard fires a shot at Augie. 14?
14 will hit but do nothing.
How?
It's just another way of saying it missed, but I like that it hit me and I still recovered from it like nothing happened.
All right. Ollie Up gets tagged and he is leaning on the desk and going, I'm hit. Next up is Rutledge himself. He dives for cover as the bullets go flying across, and he dives for cover behind like a potted plant not far from the witch and is using her for cover.
Oh, yay.
It is her turn. She fires off a huge beam of whitish energy that arcs across the room that Devin is all too familiar with. It is a source beam of her own dark design. The beam blasts past Albus and also Devin, as you're the absolute pure target, honestly. But Albus gets caught up in it. Where is it at? Source beam. Source beam, you guys need to make dexterity saving throws. Huge burning energy comes flying your way.
I'm going to use my force shield with that and add a d6. And 13.
13? What'd you get, Albus?
With my DM inspiration
Oh, wait,
die.
dex save? Sorry, 15.
Okay.
With my DM inspiration die and my dex saving throw modifier, I got 7.
So much effort.
He's not mobile.
Yes. You dove the wrong way into the beam. The damage is not too severe, though. You take Albus 11 points of damage. And that's force damage. And you take half of that 5, Devin, because you were able to avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
And she is also putting up a small little field of protection to protect herself. The security robot is kind of standing from a slightly squatted position, and it starts rotating these little Gatling gun type arms, but it was not part of the code phrase, so it's gonna not join in this chaos right here. And that is everybody. Augie, you are up as a player.
Oh, Albus.
Yes?
Right there. I've got to make my way. So all these bullets are flying back and forth. There's furniture. I imagine there's some sort of conference table-ish. So
Sure.
August is using that for cover, but dashing underneath it and all Albus feels is this little hand start to reprogram stuff at his boot as a little USB plugs in and starts rerouting stuff. And I engage some healing protocols in his suit.
Okay.
Directly.
For 20? I could use it.
Taking 20 points of damage
I'm taking
already?
20 points of damage
Ow.
in that first round.
Sure did.
We are all dead.
How did you take 20 points of damage?
I
you got
took 9 from
9 and
bullets and 11 from the force from the
Oh, yeah. You got bullets off the bat.
All right. And this is high-end connectivity here, so here we go.
Big heal?
It is 13
I'll take
points
it.
of damage. that are healed.
Oh, yeah, I told you not to. That feels good.
Just to him?
Little vapors. Yeah, this is direct just to him.
Officer Talon fires a shot. He is on his back, though, and a shot at a security guy misses. Some of these guys have tried to scatter just a little, but not by much. This guy's going to go over to here. Devin.
All right. I will move. I want to move away from a lot of stuff. I want to move kind of back and away towards the back corner of the room to the northwest corner there.
Okay.
And then I will. Devin's eyes kind of glow icy blue, and he's going to cast frost coil on Witch Lady and Officer Rutledge.
Oh.
I create a spiraling zone of freezing air and icy wind at the point of your choice. It's a 10-foot cube. Anything in that cube must make a Constitution saving throw. And then if they fail, in addition to taking 3d8 damage, they will not be able to use any of their reactions until the start of my next turn.
So out of the corner of the room, just this blistering frost just appears into being.
Yep.
And what's the damage?
If they fail the save, 11. If they pass, half that, so it would be 5.
They both scream in pain as things get icy and frost starts forming on them out of nowhere. They both got terrible duplicate rolls of 4 each total.
Nice.
Excellent. And keep in mind they have no reactions till the end of the turn.
All right.
Until the
Now, was
beginning of
which
my
two?
next
Those two in the bottom left corner?
No, that was the
The
Witch and Rutledge.
big daddies.
Wow.
And you can see she's got the shield that Devin that she has successfully put over herself to protect the two of them, but it was just too late for yours.
Yay.
Too late. Kolsch.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out one of these nice shiny new frag grenades, little cylindrical thing with the little knob on top, and I click, 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 click. Set it for 2 seconds, and I throw it right in between these two security guards.
All right.
like quickly duct tape a bunch of them together and lob it.
I think you're good. They'll just make a roll. I think they just have to make an explosive roll.
Natural 20.
So the roll was successful.
So you made a great throw. Both of them now have to make a dexterity saving throw to try and resist half the damage, and you can pick one of them to make it with a disadvantage because you tossed it like right into like some belt loop on it.
This guy
his
right
hip.
here, and that's a dangerous number.
All right. This is a roll for the guy who's somewhat farther away from it. He takes full damage from the explosion. His buddy takes the grenade out of his belt and chucks it with disadvantage and passes. So he essentially threw it at his friend, and his friend took the brunt of it. So it's 11 points of damage to which guard number?
15.
15? No, he takes half that damage.
Why?
The order's reversed. You're all good. You just didn't hear what I'm saying with the guys. All right. And a 1 takes all 11 damage?
Wasn't that a natural 20 though?
It was.
Isn't
That was
like
just
double?
for the throw.
No, it's more of a throw. It's not a direct hit.
Oh, okay.
We did it as a disadvantage
Oh,
to
okay, I
the
understand now.
to the
I
thing.
got it.
All right. The first guy took a heck of a lot of damage. Nice. Albus. And you can still move around if you want to at all.
No, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Albus is gonna run just in front of Ollie up to shield him from the two bad boys in the bottom corner there. Yep.
Okay.
And quick, Ollie up is pretty damaged.
Yeah, you would think he can't take another hit like that again.
Can't take another hit like that again.
One of the two bad boys in question is a giant robot.
All right. I'm not gonna address his wounds yet. I'm just gonna focus on the two guys in front of me.
He still has hit points.
Yeah.
That's all.
Jillian's disapproving shit shake.
Like the one guy we need to live. Like we don't even need to live. Just that guy needs to live.
Actually, if everybody else is dead, this is a moot point. I mean, we're
How
good.
far away are those guys now?
How far away are who?
How far away am I from those guys?
The robot in the bottom? They're about like 10, 15 feet away.
Okay.
I think by natural progression, we become in charge if Oliup dies.
robots as we progressively die ourselves.
Well, as long as there's one of us left.
What you doing, Albus?
I'm just gonna stay there, and I'm going to use my bonus action to enter Zone Defender.
Okay, you've got your electrical hammer out, your shield out, and you're doing Zone Defender. Okay, and Chromish is alive but crying. And Catherine, you are the second last to go.
Is Ollie up within 30 feet of both Ring Lady and the guys at the bottom?
No.
Where?
He is about 30 feet between each.
Yes.
Oh, is that what you meant? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to him and I'm gonna shove him under the table and
Okay.
be like, just say like, protect yourself. And then I'm gonna look at the witch and the robot and the guy next to him and say, you've made a terrible mistake. And route
You're going to do a
power
route?
from them. I don't know what you do with that, but from they have to make a charisma save.
Okay, is this for both of them?
All three of them.
What? Up to 3 creatures your choice you can see must make charisma saving throws. All right. Her save is a 9.
Fails.
The robot, I'm curious what it has for charisma. It's got some charisma.
It's
It got a 4.
That feels right.
but that's with 4 bonus.
However,
Uh-oh.
the man ripe with charisma, Director Rutledge,
I was
got a
going-
critical failure.
Oh.
Oh, you're not going after Rutledge.
No,
You're going
I
after that
was
guy.
going
Never
after
mind.
the
Oh, I
soldier.
thought it was going to be him. Never mind.
Well, that roll should still count.
I'm going to roll for him.
Come on.
That guy,
Arbitrarily just topples himself.
that guy got a 7.
All right, I all fail. So from now on, for the next minute, every time they make an attack roll or a saving throw, you have to roll a d4 and subtract it from that number.
Wow.
That's
That's
great.
awesome.
Sweet.
And
You have to concentrate on that.
yes,
Good.
How, what's that called?
route?
Route.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever used that before.
No.
Last and certainly not least, the GRG 304 fires off 6 shots.
Every time you call him out, Augie just goes, woo!
Good job, guys.
Good job.
It spins up its gun and fires a hail of bullets at the desk where Albus, Catherine, and Oliup are, and all 3 of you need to make burst saves. It's on the front top of your character sheet. You have a burst save bonus. Just get a 13 or higher,
You need some new dice, bro.
and you're good.
Failed.
Failed. Let me check. Oh, yeah, I'm giving him advantage with that cover you forced him in. Okay, he's good. Catherine and Albus get hammered repeatedly by these bullets. You both take 9 points of piercing damage. It then swings its left gun over towards the left. Augie, you're covered. Those 2 are down on the ground. It blasts a single heavy slug at Kolsch. Good luck, Kolsch. 17 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
Kolsch, you have been hit for...
Are you doing subtracting the d4s?
this is the robot. You didn't hit the robot.
I hit the robot.
You hit the
did.
Oh, you did hit the robot.
The robot. I hit
Making
the
me do all this
lady.
math again.
There's nothing mental about this. You are absolutely correct. The burst saving throw won't matter, unfortunately, but Kolsch's will. Catherine, can you roll it for me? It's hard for me to do that.
No problem. Oh, 1.
16 to
Not
hit?
enough.
That still hits.
Still hits you. All right, you get hit for 7 points of piercing damage, and you get knocked back about 5 or 10 feet and almost hit Devin. That's it for our crazy, wacky spiral up or
It's
spin
better
up
if we are spread apart.
surprise round.
This wasn't planned.
All right, we are now going to do new initiative right here. Everybody ready? That was just the preamble.
All right.
Here we go. Number 1 is the GRG 304 guard box.
Just keep spinning.
Holy moly.
Not good.
All right, that was unexpected. It fires tons of spray bullets at Catherine, Aliup, and Albus. Make saving throws. And why don't you go ahead and add a d4 for what your effect,
But it's for
Catherine.
everybody.
Yeah.
You roll.
Yes.
For all of you guys. Your one roll.
Okay.
What did you get, Albus?
Natural 20.
Catherine, it doesn't matter.
19 plus something,
you're
and then
great.
that's a 1.
20s.
1 to everybody.
Yeah, you guys are able to pull the desk down and over and get behind it, and it's getting shredded. Catherine, you cover Ollie up, who's just going, "Ah!" Bullets are firing everywhere. Albus, you cover on top of Catherine, just going, "Ah!" and bullets rain around. They hit your back and hit your armor, but none pierce and do any damage. Wow, that was huge. That was a lot of damage avoided. And another shot is fired, this time at Devin by the robot with its big slug. And
I would have cover because of Kolsch.
Sure.
Sure.
Catherine, do your die roll for me if you would.
2.
There it is. You're absolutely fine. It got a total of 10 without even getting your cover bonus in. Nice. Big shot punches a big hole in the wall, and
I do not want to be hit by
it
that.
frustratedly stomps close and is now next to the overturned desk trying to see what's going on.
So it's engaged. I'm engaged with it now.
Sure.
Okay.
Next up is Devin.
Devin will swirl his hand, and a little micro singularity pops into
How
existence.
come they're always little?
Doesn't need to be big.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you know how to use it.
That's fair.
It's a singularity. It doesn't matter how big it is.
And tosses it towards Witch Lady
Ooh,
at rank 2. I'm also going to use my DM inspiration.
you're going huge on this.
Yeah.
The singularity has not worked out well for you in the past.
And probably not going to work out well for me right now. I rolled a 12.
A 12 bounces off the little energy field she has around her, and it does not hit.
God, I hate that.
It's the worst.
And she grins this white toothy grin underneath her black hair draped over her face. Next up are the security guards.
But inwardly, she's like, I've been there. That's why she doesn't use it anymore.
Kolsch, you've been attacked twice. Shots are fired. 20 and a 13.
20 hits. Which guy shot me? That guy
Bottom
right there.
bottom left corner
The
guy
real wounded
for
guy?
6 points of piercing damage. The guy who took a little bit of fragmentation damage, this security guy.
But real quick, that guy hit me with the 13.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a stunt die and return fire. So I'm going to raise my rifle as I get hit by one shot. The other shot goes wide. I'm going to aim it right down, and I'm going to hopefully hit this time. Yeah, with a Jesus Christ, a 30
To hit?
to hit.
Wow.
And max damage at 15.
He takes a shot, and you line up and you blast him, and he is splattered against the wall and disintegrates.
And with a 30, you also kill a distant relative.
I hope so. I hope so.
His
Girlfriend
friend
becomes unpregnant.
His friend, who was right next to him, backs away at the sight of that. He's covered in blood on the left side of his body. He will call out to everyone else, the rifleman, take out the rifle guy! And he shoots at you. Yes?
Sorry. With that kill, I get to enact Larry's harness, and I get to move 5 feet. So I'd like to move like 5 feet south.
Okay. He calls out for everyone to get you as he's kind of backing out the door.
Yeah.
He is going to take a shot at you at disadvantage because he is shell-shocked at what he just witnessed happen to his friend. Oh, and you were so lucky. It was going to be a natural 20. Instead, it is a 14.
Nope.
And he misses.
Run away, little boy.
There is another guard. He is not too far away from the door. He's trying to see what's going on with all these people rolling around on the ground in the center. He's going to take another shot at Officer Talon. Ooh, it misses. And then Augie's head pops up briefly. You've got some light cover. 22 to hit. You get +2 for light cover. For armor class, +2.
Yes.
Does a 22
I can't believe you're
hit?
doing them.
I don't know.
I'm not that durable.
Okay, I don't
yes,
know.
that hits.
All right, you get hit for
I'm
11 points of piercing damage.
Oh,
Not good.
There is another security guard. The last security guard. He is going to pepper an area with burst fire, but that will be his action. Yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to pepper the exact same two who were just fired at. That's Officer Talon and Augie. Augie, you need to make a burst save, please. I don't think you've ever done one before.
Have not. Have not. And this is burst save based off of dexterity.
There's a plus there. If you pass, which it means 13 or higher, you're fine. If you get less than the 13, you're going to take 10 points of piercing damage.
Ouch. Can I use inspirations?
Sure can.
I'm using inspirations.
All the inspirations. You don't have to use mine until after you.
Yeah, I'll
You don't use this?
I have to use the DM one.
Sure.
What do we got here? I got that 18. in
18.
total.
You avoid, and
Nice.
the table you've been taking cover with just takes the brunt of it.
My head remains poked out though, but bullet holes are just all over.
Rutledge's turn. He's doing nothing but making sure he's staying within this field of protection the witch is emanating. Officer Talon is pulling himself up to you and says, "Are you okay?" to Augie.
I picture the little rat from the Muppets, like the
Yeah, Rizzo. That's Rizzo. Too many bullets. Too many bullets.
just screaming.
Talon pulls himself up just to a seating position on the other side of this boardroom table and fires a shot right down the length of it and wounds one of the guards at the bottom.
Oh, good for him.
Uh,
Good job, Talon.
Augie, you are up. This isn't what I signed up
More
for.
than just a bag of hit points to me.
Thanks. Augie,
I look at Taylor and I go, has the robot stopped firing?
oh, it's still.
It's just the constant hum in the background. I let loose a torrent of information as people's life support systems in their suits start to trip on. 3 specific individuals will get tagged.
Oh, it's a big burst healing. Light burst.
Big is kind of the off. Light burst healing. That'll be, I don't know, 6 points of health. 2. That'll be Kolsch, Albus, and Devin.
All right.
Yourself?
You always do
Catherine?
yourself.
Because Catherine could use it more than I could.
You're squishier.
You are squishier.
All right. I mean, like,
Plus, you're also due to like some big spell at some point. So
One day your
It's
spell's
coming.
One day, one of your little
Oh, that
balls
ice
is going to pay
spell he
off.
threw. Was
oh yeah,
pretty
that caught
freaking
them
awesome.
totally off guard. Okay, it is Augie. You can still move. Catherine, you're up next.
Okay, I am going to look at this robot and just yell, "Stop shooting us if you know what's good for you," and cower it.
Okay.
It needs to make a wisdom saving throw, and because I have it routed, it takes 1 off of that saving throw.
All right. It has a total of 6 absolute total.
That's
a fail.
fails, and it takes. That was a pretty good roll.
Does not compute.
Does compute.
12 points of damage, and it has to use its reaction to get as far away from me as possible.
And what type of damage is it?
Psychic.
All right. The robot does not move in any way and seems unharmed by that effect.
immune to psychic damage. Would be my guess.
Damn, I wanted it to do about face, go through the wall.
Do you have a move or anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna run toward.
I don't think it heard you, Catherine.
The only time I really wanted to burst through that wall and go, oh yeah!
Okay, I'm going to run toward Kolsch as far as I can
Yes, please.
All right, that'll get you probably. You run like crazy, jump over a chair, slide underneath another one, and end up on the ground not too far away from Chromish at the moment. He looks at you and smiles, but you can see he's holding an upper chest area where he's bloody and he looks pale.
Why hasn't he returned any fire?
Chromish, the Cressini diplomat.
Come on.
He's just demeriting the hell out of people. Just
Oh, yeah.
All off planet.
He's like, they're all so happy as they're killing. Unfortunately, I cannot. All
He's
right.
not unconscious, though, right?
He is not unconscious. All right. The lady is. The witch in the corner is dealing with part of her. She's distracted by her shield that she's maintaining, which is rather powerful. And I just made a roll, and she is unable to do anything this turn because she's also distracted by all the ice craziness from the last one. So her turn is gone this way. Catherine, did you take any damage since your coolness spell ability that might make you make a concentration roll, by the way?
I didn't.
No.
Nope.
Because we rolled really well.
Okay.
The last time we
All right.
fired.
Oh yeah, we
You're
did
good.
20 here.
Done. Ollieup's just screaming. Kolsch, you are up.
I want to move not right next to Catherine, but like in front of her, in between the guards and all this shit
The
over
death
here.
bot.
Yeah.
Okay, you run right in front of her.
Do I have to be right next to her? Yeah, I'll be right next to her.
Okay.
Do I have to be
You
that?
don't have to be.
Well, just the
Don't
burst.
say
There's a lot of burst
I'm a
action.
little worried about us clumping this much.
Yeah.
I said do not, we should not be all standing together.
He says far away from everyone.
He's in the corner. Guys,
What?
He starts wandering
But
down
it's
he's literally using the Charlie's Angels communication box to tell other people
yeah.
what to do.
but it's
good morning,
Catherine.
angels.
This guy right here, the
The
one that officer avoided or damaged earlier, I'm gonna bring my rifle up and aim right in his midsection and pull a trigger
It's got some nice little security armor.
with a 25,
Not that nice. Holy cow.
14 damage.
To that guy, he had 13 remaining. He gets
Nice.
tagged, he drops in the chest, tag, drop in the chest, and just as he starts to rise up, you finish him off in the head and he's down.
My other armor was in the shop.
I had one
Albus.
day left in retirement.
Yeah. Albus is going to use his energy hammer on this
Oh,
automaton.
hold on. Albus, you are interrupt.
Why?
The GRG 304 does a legendary action.
This piece of shit.
And it fires at, let's see, boom, 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 boom. It's going to fire at Kolsch, triggered with motion that time.
And standing very still.
You are, Kolsch, you are shot at, a 7 to hit you.
Not even close.
Never mind. Continue, Albus.
Disappointed, DM.
As GRG turns to shoot, woo! I get in there with my energy hammer, and it's a 19 to hit.
19 is a hit.
Sorry, I should have rolled my damage here at the same time. It's going to be 8 damage,
Got it.
and bonus action.
What type of damage?
Bludgeoning.
Psychic? Okay.
And I'm still gonna use. I'm gonna run up in between the robot and Mr. Man next to
Ollie
him.
up?
Yep. No. The other way.
here.
Oh,
Yep.
the
Oh,
guard.
down, you're running.
Yeah, the
Okay.
guard.
And then
The other Mr. Man.
that's my move, and then bonus action zone defender.
All right, you're getting protective. At the end of your turn, the GRG 304 will fire off another legendary action. And it will shoot at you, Albus, as you move
Disadvantage.
with disadvantage.
And it takes this off. It takes 4 off of that attack.
Yeah.
That's an 8 total to hit, distracted by you being close and
Well
Catherine's
done.
craziness. And Chromish is going to just do a full defense, so he's done, and the GRG will take its last legendary action of the round.
Jesus.
And it will... Where did it go? There it is. It will go ahead and shoot at, I think, Kolsch again.
3 off.
3 off? Who's making these rolls? That's good.
Most of them in 1 so far. So.
That's a 5 total, distracted by Albus.
I'm going to use my last stunt dice to return fire.
Go for it.
And I'm going to sneer, do a little roar.
Albus
And,
turns, sees that, and ducks.
Right at his dome. Yeah.
As a piece of furniture goes flying by you.
Sorry, Albus. It's a natural 1, but what do I add? Do I add my stunt dice to that? Or am I just completely...
Does it say, is there a timing on the stunt die? Before you roll, after you roll? I think that one.
You adding the stunt die to the attack roll. So
It's
we're
combined.
good?
Are we good in what way?
Yeah, adding the stunt die to the attack roll.
It gets added to the attack roll, but it's still
Still a
a 1. Yeah,
Oh.
so it's a miss. You fire, you miss, and Albus, exactly what you said happened. You drop prone. You are prone as the shot goes right where you were.
Okay.
Done. It is a new round. You know who's first? The GRG 304 Guardbot. Holy moly. It goes first. It steps past Albus without any zone defender goodness.
Opportunity attack?
No, he's prone. He got knocked down, and
But it doesn't use my opportunity attack to do something.
you're on the
What
ground.
about from Alia?
That's great. No.
A fountain pen goes flying across the room.
It fires at Devin
-3.
and fires at Devin.
Nope.
Why? I'm standing
-3
still. I
again.
said I was standing very still.
What was it? -3?
Yep, for both.
Oh, for both. All right. That is a 15 and a 16.
Okay. Against the 15, I'm going to throw up a force shield.
All right. Like the witch, he throws up a shield.
That doesn't matter.
All right.
And 16, you said?
Yes.
I'm going to have to try because,
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
nope, both hit.
Damn.
All right. You are hit for 8 points of damage as you are blasted. You stumble backwards, reeling in pain, and then you get hit for 6 points of damage and are blasted through the window and out of the office.
What?
You may make an acrobatics roll, please.
Oh my God.
Make a don't pass out roll.
11.
11. You bounce and disappear. It is your turn, Devin, as you have landed 5 feet below on a yellow glob of glow.
Yes, the glow.
Does it have a K
Is it? Yeah.
baked into it?
You've befriended a club. It's been bouncing against. I will help you.
Dong.
That is my dream come true.
All right. You say I'm about 5 feet below?
5 feet below, yes.
Very quickly, Devin appears back in the window and comes through.
How does that happen?
I cast gravity discs. I create a number of small gravity discs that follow and spin a few feet around me. I have rudimentary control over the movement patterns of these discs. I can use them quickly to climb objects or protect you from certain types of attacks.
Yeah, you've used those
Like
before.
singularities.
That was awesome.
So until the effect ends, I have a +2 bonus to all dexterity and constitution saving throws. They also gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
Nice.
So I just go and I come stepping up on the discs like I totally meant to do that and step back
They get
into
in
the
front of
room.
you. One
Yeah.
step.
You just hold your hands up. They spin around you, very Magneto-esque as you're floating through the room.
And it is concentration up to 10 minutes, so I do have, as long as I don't take whatever damage I take at this point, I'm going to be unconscious. But yeah, I'll have a +2 to dex and con saves.
All right.
I have you out of 20. You have 14, so you have 6 left.
Yeah, I have 6 left. Yeah.
Okay.
So I cannot take any more attacks. Keep that in mind.
All right.
It's nothing but hit points for us.
Touche.
Next up is the security guard by the door. He is going to shoot at Catherine and Kolsch. Catherine, you are shot at with a 19 and Kolsch with a 10.
Hits me.
Does not hit me.
All right, Catherine, you have been hit for 9 points of piercing damage, and make a concentration roll, just a 10 or higher on with no modifier, and you should be, or yeah, with con modifier, I think.
Okay. That's not gonna do it. That's an 8.
Okay, you have lost that one ability that you had.
Bummer.
Okay. Next up is the other security guard who's next to Albus. He is going to run over towards the right. He can't get all the way over there. He's trying to protect his boss, and will take an unprotected Augie shot. 2 of them, to be specific.
Oh, hello.
Augie, that is a 10 and a 10. Oh,
The table eats both shots.
that table is just Swiss cheese. Rutledge cowers. Officer Talen's going to take a shot at the guy who just fired at you, Augie. Watch out! And, oh. You take 5 points of piercing damage, Augie. No, I said watch out!
Oh,
You take 5 points. He accidentally shot you. Oosh. And you can get vengeance because it's your turn, Augie. Initiative within an initiative.
all right. Well, that's very interesting. My sheet is very colorful at the moment. August's taking shots, bullets whizzing everywhere, table peppered all to damn. He doesn't show himself, but from under the table, he plops this heavy sack on there, and you see a pin get pulled. As it just goes, it just starts flying out little drones and whatnot that shoot about the room and start to tag different people in the party themselves. Little injection drones start flying about and swarming about. So this will be 5 times my level in healing, dispensed how I like in any way possible. So I would like to do 5 off of Catherine, 5 off of Devin, and
You.
5 off of me. Yeah.
If I was ever scared of needles before.
A swarm of them, and they all shriek your name as they get close. Catherine, Catherine, Catherine!
Anything else, Augie? Catherine, you're up.
Oh, geez.
That is, oh, it's such a shame. That's a full action to do that. It's like, oh, it's so painful.
Is the bot within 20 feet of the officer down there?
Yes, just barely.
Okay, I am going to look at... I'm just going to look around and say, get those guys. And do get them at both of them. It's a 20-foot cube. They have to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. That is the security guy. His wisdom save is the first one is a 6.
Fails.
Now, if you know the 304 models, they are known for their wisdom. Here it comes. I'm taking the first one. 12? He got a great roll, too.
Fails. I have 13.
He's a -3 wisdom modifier.
Jeez.
Well, then I'm glad I did that. You have everybody has advantage on attack rolls against those two.
Really?
Which two?
The
robot
officer at
and the
bottom and
security
and the
guard.
robot.
Wow. That's nice.
That's it's beautiful.
And how long does that last concentration, I assume?
Concentration 1 minute.
Okay.
So that was you that just went?
That was me.
So you're under the table, right? So you don't take any
And
damage.
dreaming.
And I am going to just I'm gonna pat Kolsch and say, "You've got this, buddy." Give him an inspiration.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna say, "But sorry," and I'm gonna run toward Devin.
Okay.
Get out of here, cat.
She
You can do
leaps
this.
out the
I'll be
window.
over here.
Let's get out of here.
The witch in the corner. Yes, Elvis.
I don't remember going.
Checking you out. You're coming up 3 from now.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got
Alright.
knocked on your ass.
You're coming up.
Sorry
You
about
got
that.
zone proned.
Way less cool than a GoPro.
I got prone zone.
You got prone zone.
Okay.
You got proned, baby.
All right.
Ow!
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. It's ow. No.
It is the witch's turn. Devin, you ready for this?
No.
From across the room, she even parts the black hair a little bit so you can see her smile. And with her right hand, a little mini black hole-ish looking object appears where you have failed many
do not work.
many times. She chucks it across the room and
You have to pull the pin.
16 at you.
Fuck. Yeah, that hit.
You have been hit for 3d8, I believe, points of
Am I
damage.
cutting words that?
You sure can.
And I'm just gonna yell.
Nice hair.
Can you even see through that? That is super ridiculous. And I'm going to take off from that attack. 5.
What?
That will miss.
Whoa!
Nice.
I think that's everything you needed. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm out of inspiration now.
You guys are doing great, but we're like seeing a Catherine battle station fully operational here.
Yeah.
This is about all I can do. I'm tapped.
But you are doing.
Wow.
I'm tapped, and now we're gonna have to rely on our
Don't tell them that.
Ollie scurries out of what's left of the desk and dives into shallow water in a fountain. Kolsch, you are up. Albus,
This is
you're
not a good
next.
time to take a bath.
Kolsch.
I'm gonna raise my rifle at the dome of this big robot right in front of me again, and
Actually, before you go, he'll start taking some legendary actions if you don't mind.
I do mine.
Actually, thank you for asking.
It's going to do a burst at you, Kolsch, and where Catherine was. Catherine, you do not have to make the roll as you ran out of there just in time. Kolsch, make a burst save.
I'm gonna use DM inspiration here. No,
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't
hold on,
have to
wait.
use it
Hold
yet.
up, hold
yeah.
up, hold up, hold up.
Julian
Is
inspiration.
that thing at disadvantage? Is that
No,
No.
That
we
okay.
have attack advantage
okay, got
against it. Now you should have.
11.
11, you get hit by it, but it was minimal damage. 3 only points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Only 3. Now you may proceed, Kolsch.
Okay, like I said, take an aim.
And it's looking to shoot at you again as soon as you're done, by the way.
Yeah.
got
I figured. Yeah, right at his dome. With a natural 20.
Whoa!
I stopped cheering the robot now.
13 points of damage.
13. Got it.
And I'm going to use my action surge before he gets to go
Okay.
and do a second attack. With a 19.
Hits.
7 points of damage.
Piercing the dome over and over again. You see chunks of circuitry and sparks fly, but it is still standing. Nice. Nice turn. In exchange, it will blast at you with a big slug shot. Kolsch with a 15.
Nope.
Oh! It can't get its targeting systems to focus on you. It's messed up. Albus, you can go.
A little flag with a Kolsch logo comes up under the table.
Albus spends half his move to get up,
Again, sorry.
the other half to come up behind GRG,
Okay.
and
you're at advantage?
Advantage because I of my get.
Yeah, you're. Everyone's been told to get
that's
him.
awesome.
Man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
I love
let me roll, and then I'll describe what happens. Oh, I rolled two natural 20s.
Holy moly!
Quadruple 20.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I walk up behind him, just jung, 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 and I raise my hammer, and you hear it go, whee, and it starts to glow a little bit more. And I swing, and I hit for 20 points of damage.
How are you doing?
ramming strike?
What? Tell me, Ram. I don't understand how that's 20 comes together. Help me out.
Well, natural 20 is max damage, right?
No.
It's double damage.
Double damage.
So hold on. So then we'll do. Never mind. Well, there's 10, 13.
13. Okay.
You roll those two because
Do
you
I roll?
double those.
Do I roll
two.
my?
All damage, all dice
Okay,
get
so
damaged.
13.
Doubled. Not the modifier, though. Oh, that
15.
was 15.
Jesus.
That's still really
That's
good.
a huge
Yeah,
hit.
awesome.
Smash. A big chunk and some weird hydraulic spray fluid comes flying out the back of the GRG 304. It spins around and fires a shot at you. No, it will not. It will not. It will do a legendary action. It has one left, and it will take a step and get out from underneath you.
Then
I was gonna
I
step on
do
him.
swoosh.
No, I did.
Opportunity attack.
Steps prevent that.
How tall is this robot?
Pretty tall, 9-10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty tall.
9 feet?
Like all of us look.
Oh, all of you look up.
Not Albus. Albus is looking right in the eye.
August goes back to cheering the robot.
All right, Chromish says, "Keep doing it. You're doing great, Prophets." And he says that to Kolsch. Kolsch, you have advantage on your next action from Chromish.
Nice.
How does that work if I already have advantage on an attack?
You don't.
Oh, I don't get to roll 3?
Nope.
You could attack Ring Lady if you wanted.
Yeah.
It is GRG 304's turn.
Hold up.
It fires a single heavy slug at Kolsch to try and take him down. It thought it had you last turn.
Bring it!
And it brings it. Oh, no, it doesn't. A 10 goes, hits the ground, blasts a table. And with the other one, it spins its Gatling in the window area, and burst fire covers Catherine and Devin. Need to make burst saves, please. Ooh, nice damage coming your way.
18.
Come on.
Fuck. Not good enough.
Not good enough. Catherine uses you as a human shield. Catherine takes no damage whatsoever.
be spread out. Why are you, none of you listening?
Devin, you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh, I have one
Really?
point left.
Still standing.
That's
Done.
relative.
Do you really want me to be that far away from you right now?
Well, I mean,
Oh yeah, do the
The syringe of goodness.
I don't have the syringe anymore,
God.
unfortunately.
that's probably for the best for Devin.
Devin,
I do.
with 1 hit point, you're up.
One of your drones picks it up.
Devin stares at Witch Lady and says, "I will get back to you." And he will head south.
All right, Catherine gets an opportunity attack on you.
An opportunity heal. Stop running away.
I'm not going that far. And I will attack the GRG 3521 bot with advantage.
All right.
21 is not there.
Those were a bit twitchy.
They were.
At rank 2, I am going to cast Distortion. So
This is the big one that has failed time and time again.
Yes,
He's
it is.
buffing
But
it
I have
up
advantage
to
now.
rank 2. If you miss this,
I am jumping out the window.
I have to say, part of me wants double one. No.
13.
just hits.
Man,
You have advantage.
that was
too,
a
by the way.
collective
Yeah, I know. I was
hold of
advantage.
breath
That
there.
was with 18 points of damage.
Wow.
You can take it down.
Yay!
What? Really?
Son of a bitch.
So,
That's it. I'm taking that
the
witch
black
from
singularity kind of goes in and like seems to get absorbed
That witch is getting
by its
held
like a like visor shield, and then just pops into existence on the inside of it, and just it goes zoom, and just kind of its like kind of head and dome and everything just sort of shrinks in, and it sits down on itself, and then just slowly tumbles back, landing just in front of Albus, like inches away as Albus kind of stands there, and he's like, "Oh."
Devin's description is officially canon. My fun one was it goes through the whole Kolschmaid and just bounces around like a pinball machine.
You're welcome for cracking that dome.
Security guard runs.
You wiener.
Another security guard
Vision so far.
runs down here and takes a hostage of Aliup.
What is that circle that only up?
That's the fountain that he dove into. He picks Aliup up by the collar out of the fountain, the wet little administrator from the Citadel, and holds him in front of him and points his rifle awkwardly up against Aliup's head. I'll kill him! I'll kill him! And the next up is Rutledge, who says, we have to go. The witch looks at you, Devin, and sneers, and then she starts to yell, and her yell becomes a scream, and blood starts streaming down her mouth and out of her nose, and there is a big flash of white, and the two of them are gone.
Damn it.
The witch and Rutledge, but she took some pain for that.
Gone or invisible?
Well, we can find out. Start swinging in there.
And
This is gone.
what would you all like to do now? We are in a standoff situation. There is one guy left.
Kolsch has advantage.
Okay. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
From Chromish.
So he's going to aim very carefully.
If you miss, you're hitting Olio,
I understand.
who cannot take another blow.
I take a look behind me at Catherine like,
Give a nod.
okay. A natural 20.
Perfect.
You hit Rutledge. Ooh.
21 points of damage if that matters.
This guy has not been wounded yet, and you kill him outright.
Single shot.
Yeah, right through the eye.
He collapses. There is just a shivering in water and fear and probably peeing himself Ollie up, just standing there shaking.
I want a car. I want a.
You are in charge now, Aliyah.
What are your orders?
And I go up to Chromish. I reach out my hand. I help him up.
He winces.
I'm starting to like you a little bit, buddy.
The feeling's mutual.
August runs up to Devin.
Yeah, as Devin like sits down on the ground, it's like, oh, it hurts.
What was that? As I begin plugging in and making modifications
What
to
was
your.
what?
She disappeared.
That's what it was.
Helpful.
I stop. He starts feeling oxygen deplete from his.
Breathe deeply. Oxygen off. Breathe deeply.
Kolsch would like to go up to that corner where they were, though,
Okay.
just to make sure
Ooh,
it's not like.
pretend we're not here.
And is there like any?
Stepping on my foot.
Yeah. I'm
Kolsch is sticking out his
yeah,
hands.
I'm like waving my rifle around, like poking. Is there any like residue or anything that's not shouldn't be there?
Make an investigation
A
roll.
little bit of urine on the floor.
August has,
I'm gonna use the Oh no, I don't have to use that yet, do I?
August has
Or your
healed
inspiration
Devin
or something,
11
right.
points
Woo!
of damage.
I will take that.
15.
You detect nothing out of the ordinary.
Thank you.
I'm going to say, Augie, we don't know where they went, but potentially you can figure it out. When you get a chance, can you look at their computers?
Once I'm done with Devin.
I can take care of him if you need to. And I crack my knuckles.
How's Ollie
Devin
up?
backs up, looks at the window.
How's Ollie up doing?
He is not great. He is badly hurt. He is shell-shocked, and he is pre-moistened.
How many damage points did he take?
1.
That's like 66% of his total health.
I'll actually just say, hey, Augie, I'll take care of it. And if we have 10 minutes during that time while you look at computer stuff, I will do some advanced treatment on 6 people. Yes? I'm gonna do it.
August doesn't believe in such things.
Yeah, let's lock the doors.
I'm searching for the fire suppression.
I'm going to slowly figure stuff out, and I'm going to use advanced treatment, which is going to take 6 people. So I am going to give everybody plus Ollie up. And 8 points.
Wow.
I rolled like crap.
Who doesn't get the health? Everyone gets the health?
Everybody except for Chromish and Jim Taylor.
Okay.
Jim.
8 health across the board. That's
great.
Wow.
Yeah.
And while that 10 minutes is going on, if that's what's happening, I'm using my Esper recovery.
Oh, that's what it takes. Takes
and
10
getting back
minutes.
3 Esper.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Catherine. That is very helpful.
Can I take a short rest?
I should be.
Yeah, everyone is for 10 minutes while she's
I
healing the
should be
group.
fully healed now.
You are.
You are?
I have a question. With my warrior's bandolier, I'm assuming I can't go over 3 stunt dice. I can't.
You cannot,
charge
no.
up to 4.
Stand by. I actually had a thought about that. Let me find it here. We are talking about Warrior's Bandolier, which you call Larry's Harness.
Uh-huh.
After your attack defeats an enemy, you may move 5 feet and gain a ferocity point. As a bonus action, you may spend 2 ferocity points to recover a spent die. Yeah, recover,
I'm at full health.
not gain.
Okay. Oh, used hit dice. Anybody else using hit dice?
Good. Negative.
All right. Well, because. Well, yeah, no. Okay.
You should probably use the hit that.
How are you guys back at full health? I thought you guys were just
I'm not.
murdered.
I just gave him.
He healed me 11. She healed me
Albus
8.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
19.
2.
We've been doing a lot of healing.
Yeah.
Catherine is the most damaged with 6. I have 3.
One of them
damage.
self-inflicted early on.
All right.
Substantial healing.
Could've
That
almost
8
mattered.
is amazing.
8 across the board. Yeah.
Cool.
But that took 10 minutes to do. It's
Yeah.
not a
hopefully-
combat thing.
Yeah, I know.
That would be.
hang out
I
for
would
a
just go
while.
sit somewhere if you were able to do that.
Yeah.
We were gonna get-
So,
In fact, I did the whole time. I just.
well, hopefully, can somebody look for the computer and see if we can figure out where they're going?
I'll do that. August, we'll go over to the computer.
All right. You are at the computer. He did not have a
You didn't lock it.
forethought to lock it. There is no hacking roll required.
Browser history.
No. Seriously, do not look at that. You do not break a man's trust, even if he's your enemy. by looking
The
through
witch
browser.
blushes a bit.
Hot witch on witch action. Witch.
Oh,
the witch switch.
there's one entry in there, the man witch. Oh, I hope that's the episode name.
What were you looking for on this computer, sir?
I'm trying to track down to see if I could find them. So if it was Devin has indicated that it was a transportation of some sort, that maybe they're trying to get somewhere that I could view either through a security camera,
Okay.
or he's got some listing of some shuttle he's got to go off world kind of thing.
All right.
His safety net, if you will.
Does Devin actually, like, with his
Using
knowledge
information.
of the Esper,
For 10 minutes.
does he have any idea what she actually did?
We do not have an arcane skill, right? We've been using
Xenobiology.
insight as a fallback.
Yeah,
so
I have lore as well.
let's do insight. So Devin spends some of that time over in the corner sniffing around in that area.
It stinks.
Smells like
In-
Rutledge piss.
Insight, you say?
Insight, please.
12.
12. You know
Yes,
that
be retired.
it was teleportation magic, and you believe it was of a significant distance.
When we say significant, are we
Out beyond this building.
okay? They are likely beyond the building and on their way to some escape plan.
Is there only one shuttle type?
Yep.
That can I try to find a remote camera to that location to see if I can?
That would
Spot
take a
them?
bit of a roll. Make a computer's roll.
I'm no longer inspired. Computers roll. is a 23 total.
You are able to access an illegal camera that he has access
Deep
to.
web.
Deep up.
That shows several cameras from
Which cam?
that shows what's going on around the docks, and apparently he was watching you guys arrive.
Oh, okay.
And you can see the shuttle there, and standing outside the shuttle, arguing with some maintenance guys. You see Big Flight Dave, and he's just appears to be just bored, waiting for whenever the next flight is. There's no big hustle going around there. You can see they're starting to refuel, and that'll take probably an hour.
Okay. Don't see him. I don't see him in the main bay.
You've also looked at some cameras around that are around this office. You see no movement at all, except for one really concerned, slightly older looking security guard down in the entrance who's just staring at the elevator door. And you do find a camera labeled warehouse that shows a blackened room with metal slab tables with people on there writhing and bound to the tables. There are machines and apparatus attached to them and electronic cables attached to the tables. It does not look pleasant.
Would I know where that's coming from?
It says warehouse.
Yeah, it's that warehouse that we tried to get into, I'm sure.
Cleaned up the foam since we've been there as last.
What else would you like to search for? He's got a whole computer here.
Yeah, boy, finding them is kind of important. Shipment data on the blue glow itself.
You've got full access to all of his email.
I immediately start downloading it all. Even offensive websites that he's subscribed to.
You see on there is a request email that he put for quote unquote troubleshooters with a request to board the station, add some pro Cressini graffiti, and then blast anyone there out the airlock, then come down to support the company inside the dome. And there's a response of an acceptance of this job from ship K917K is an email exchange you see.
K917K?
Correct.
Yeah, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember the two.
Marshk.
Yeah, I remember the troubleshooters.
Those people that are being experimented on, that's probably what's going to happen to that woman.
Yeah. Do the names Krog and Morith come up at all?
He asks Savagi,
Yes,
and
Krog, Morith, do you see those names?
I'm searching.
you do not see those names.
No names.
You do see an email dated 3 months ago that shows a large quantity with a huge transport needed of blue glow, the largest ever. You see some small little samples of blue glow that have been repositioned or moved to the warehouse or here to the office or tested. Maybe a canister the size of a thermos that's removed off world, that kind of thing, similar to what Devin had taken off. What you found in this email is one dated 3 months ago, a massive delivery of the size of like the transport shuttle. A huge amount of this blue glow was delivered to a separate world named Fashan.
Dun, dun, dun.
Does Fashan mean something to you?
Yeah, remember the news blurb? That the miners on Fashan were being attacked by the swarm. I think it was called the Swarm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have any notes. I'm just, going off of what I remember from the episodes.
Augie said you see some tortured people. Is there any information about what they've been doing to them?
No, just what I see here. But I think we know the location.
We must get to those people and stop their suffering.
There's one last email exchange that you think of that's interesting. The rest are just business-related, boring stuff, Augie. There's one exchange that's moderately recent, over a couple months, finishing with a recent one. One is, it's an email from Morales Mining that reads, Rutledge, this yellow glow your team discovered isn't panning out. The costs for such a remote and unscalable operation far outweigh what little sales this product makes with the cartels. Nova Prime won't even touch it. If profits don't make a significant surge in the next quarter, then you'll have to shut down the Solor operation. We need your expertise in marketing or the business products division, not out there in deep space. Rutledge responds to the Morales Mining main office. I've found something much more pure, much more powerful here within the glow. This is a game changer. We can bring our competition to its knees and corner any market we want. You need to open your minds to bigger possibilities. Months later, the Morales main office emails Rutledge. Trent, we've seen costs skyrocket at Solor with secret deliveries to Fashan. That place is in chaos now, and you're focusing company assets there when you're already on the edge of being shut down? That's it. Your operation is pulled at Solor. Pack it in, come back to the main office, reset, refocus. We need you on the same page as the rest of the company. And then Rutledge immediately responds with the last email. It has taken me too long to realize that I do not need you. Who cares about quarterly reports and meeting your silly projections when I can make entire worlds collapse? Nova Alliance will be on its knees, begging to pay me whatever I ask, pleading for me to spare their worlds. It's time the galaxy got to know what I'm capable of.
I knew
How long ago was
I thought Rayless wasn't necessarily in on it.
About 2 weeks.
You're so smart.
Oh, shut
Okay.
Sounds like Fashan is his new experiment.
Let's go figure out what he knows from his experiments on the people here, release them, and see if we can't stop something worse than Fashan.
Can I comms down to the guard that's down there?
You sure can. There's a big entry guard button intercom on the desk.
Hello, entry guard.
He looks around.
This is the Prophet. You will want to drop your weapon, and we will be coming down momentarily down the elevator.
Evan, what the fuck is your name? Devin goes out the window. That's
He unholsters his weapon and puts it on the ground and raises his hands up and is just looking around at some sort of camera.
Very good. Thank you. We will be down directly.
Kolsch is poking around the GRG 304. Is there anything?
You're trying to loot the giant robot?
I mean, you know, if there's like one of those like Gatling guns could be removed.
you got any credits?
There's nothing of value on the robot, no.
Okay.
Is there, you said the armor was really good on one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything of interest there for Catherine?
Not anymore. It got pierced.
Not the one guy. He took it right in
The
the eye.
last guy
Okay, the last guy.
got it right to the eye. Yes. His armor is salvageable. Where is it? There it is. It is a military jacket similar to what you have, but it provides 14 armor class base, so +1 on top of a normal military jacket.
Interesting. And there's nothing, it's light.
It says Rayless Mining.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I will take that unless somebody else.
Takes a day to attune.
Can't quite fit the buckles until tomorrow.
Just sleep on it.
Say, I found a jacket. I'd like to take it unless somebody else needs it more than I do.
She says, wearing the jacket.
It's really good on me.
You look great, Catherine. You should keep
Thank
it.
you.
Pops the collar.
Augie, you're my guy. If you need this, let me know. It does look really good on me.
I'm fine.
Okay.
He limp.
His gang jacket.
I've got my. I pull out this cool red black thing. Get accosted by civil police. Yeah, pretty much.
And who is what's a police officer's name?
Talon.
Talon.
Little Jimmy.
Talon.
And what do you make of all of this?
Talon.
This was crazy. I don't know. What do you want me to say? You just killed Rutledge and all his people.
Rutledge is not dead, and neither is that witch.
Well, I almost died.
Yes, but you did not. Very
You
good.
fought bravely. You fought right alongside us. That was awesome.
You did do a good job.
Yeah, you guys are nothing but trouble.
Prophet high five.
Hey, Jimmy, is there any other way besides the shuttle off of this planet that you are aware of?
No, there's no other way off of this planet. You got to go through the one quote-unquote window in the dome.
Can you prevent the shuttle from? Can you authorize?
Lockdown?
Yeah. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
No, I can't. I'm no longer an officiate.
That's true. Ali up.
Yeah.
You're on stage.
What?
Well, we healed
Ali
him.
up.
I'm still really messed up emotionally.
I will speak for him. Ali up is now locking down the planet, and
Yeah.
the shuttle is not to leave.
Locking down.
Talon,
Leaving.
Can you go ahead and make that message?
Make a
out?
message.
Just make
Put the
this
message
stop
out that
bleeding.
Please stop bleeding me. It's messing me up.
Taylor says, yeah, I can make that happen, yeah. And he hobbles out.
Really quick before you go, I'm just gonna say, Talon, it looks like Rutledge is doing some pretty bad things here, and with him gone, Rallis will no longer be operating. I don't know there's going to be a lot more commerce to be had here. We should probably prepare for that.
Yeah, this is gonna make my job a little hard to be around here if all I got is just a couple dozen Crescini. It's gonna affect a lot of people.
I'm not really sure people are going to want to stay
Just
here.
eat 2 dozen Cresini, apparently, if that's all that's left.
I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of people who want to stay here, so we should have communication with the populace to let them know that Rallis has been shutting down.
I don't know how to do that.
We'll figure it out.
That's a good point.
Maybe send out a memo.
And then I'm going
Care of
to
Rallis.
So thank you, Talon. If you could take care of that, would be great. Then I'm going to look at Chromish and say, this is unfortunate, but I think this planet is going to have some hard times coming up, especially now that there's quite a population without any income potential. It will definitely give you back your world, but at the cost of many jobs. If you can think of anything to help these people transition, that would be appreciated.
My fear is that there might be some sort of retaliation against my people that's already been quite stressful. And if now they have no employer, there are people who have uprooted their whole lives to be here.
We are happy to make it clear that it is Rutledge that has pulled out and disappeared and is not going to continue operating at a very last minute note.
I feel this messaging should be done very carefully for whatever this transition will be and should come from the likes of you and not the Crescini.
Agreed. But if there's anything you can do and offer to help with a transition, potentially there's worlds these people could get jobs at that you are a part of.
We can
That would
give
help.
one free demerit to your team.
You get one communal demerit to spread amongst you.
All right, team. So we have a couple things. Sounds like we're going to have the shuttle shut down for a while, but we should go free these people in the warehouse.
Yes, I believe that is a priority.
We should contact Rawless as well and let them know what has happened.
Yes.
Maybe they can be responsible for their employees.
Yes, they should be liable in some way for what has happened here. And mayhaps they... What is so funny, Augie?
Liable for that. I imagine a scene of People's Court right now. The defendant Rutledge. Dum, 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 dum.
I think there's some profit to be made here with these glow. I feel like if we could sell them to like amusement parks, we could probably make a lot of money.
I think people are a little less amused by them than you, Catherine.
Get inside, some sort of team building exercise. While you guys, by the way, have been resting, they've been slowly coming in through that broken window. Someone has to be on defense to slowly bat them out.
I welcome them with open arms and say, friends, welcome.
Weird.
Puddle, puddle.
Albus is in zone defender. Taking opportunity attacks to console them.
No, you don't.
Everyone did a great job, by the way, in that battle. However, DM inspiration dice are in just rare supply, so I can't just give them out willy-nilly. But I do want to give one to the big killing blow, which would go to Devin.
Yeah.
And another one to the person who showed some crazy new maneuvers of Catherine.
Nice.
have one.
Aw.
I should have used it.
All right.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, good job with that kill.
Okay.
Save it, save it,
No,
save
no,
it.
it's all right. That's awesome.
Elmon felt that way so many times.
Yeah,
where he'd do
yeah.
like 80 points of damage,
For
and
sure.
like somebody come along and just be like, "Oh, I do 1d6." Okay, tell me how you take it down. It's like you. Fuckers.
All right, it's all right.
You did do like
It was
18
funny.
damage on that kill, though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
You
like,
did. It wasn't like
a small amount of damage.
You guys have spent your 10 minutes resting, recovering. You just talked to that security guard. What do you want to do?
Let's go to the warehouse.
Gotta find it first.
It is the warehouse we were at before,
Or one of them.
Almost
There was a
certainly.
bunch of them there.
There's several.
but there was that one really special warehouse. You guys know the warehouse I am talking about.
No,
I don't think it was that one. I think it was probably a different one.
that's all right. Let's go
They're
down
the
and we
same
are kings of the city now. Let's go find it.
He goes walking out with this smug, sad look in front of every Cristini, just glaring in their face so he can't be demerited. You guys are out in your rented vehicle.
Is that a thing? Can we not get demerits anymore?
We're in charge, baby.
You can frown for a month.
I could test it,
Chromish got rid of your...
but he's the only.
There's no one around
Okay.
to demerit you currently.
Okay, no, I'm not being. I'm.
So when we go downstairs, the security guard, what's his demeanor?
Yeah, his demeanor is he's had his hands up for about 10 minutes, and as you enter, he does nothing at all and just watches you guys.
His arms are like up shaking.
Stay right there.
You leave the building.
Kolsch does take his the rifle, not to keep, but just so he's not going to shoot us in the back
Okay.
or anything.
Keep your hands up, but hold this grenade.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are in your rented truck. What do you want to do?
Let's head to the warehouse district.
What district is that?
7.
Yeah, I'm
3.
not sure,
That's being a dick.
You
Okay.
don't know. We
5.
would have to let you know. Warehouse district, warehouse H in district 5, sector 5.
All right.
Talon and Chromish are they coming with us?
No, they're going and doing their own
Yeah, yeah,
things.
yeah.
Talon's been sent to deal with keeping the shuttle area not functional, so no one can leave. And Chromish is going to try and tell his people what's going on and keep them safe for whatever fallout's going to happen.
We should probably what's the little guy's name?
Umpqua.
Ollie Up is sitting in this
Ollie Up.
collapsed desk back up in the office on a chair that's barely hanging on with one leg, pretending to be the big boss hog.
Okay, if he's there.
He's
Communication
playing
up.
Minecraft.
Finally, free time.
That's
job
fine.
is
I was gonna get him like back to the hotel or whatever, but if he's chilling,
Oh, he's
over
chilling up
he's
there.
Good.
That hotel gets a lot of business from us.
You're the only business.
Yeah.
Random NPCs we've corralled in.
You guys drive your truck over to Sector 5. There are a whole bunch of warehouses here. They are 1 or 2 story wide type buildings. You don't see any security guys in any golf cart type things this time around. It's very quiet outside.
You guys really don't think it's in the same warehouse that we were in before?
Nope.
How many levels was that warehouse?
2.
We can go through if you really want to, Devin.
I mean, maybe not, but
Can we hear any screaming?
You listen, no, other than the normal Augie when he's excited seeing some sort of new electronics toy.
Speaking of which, August charges over to the.
Do you have to charge over to wherever you're going?
He's so small, everything is a charge. If he walks, it'll take the whole session before he gets anywhere. Finds his way to the security office to
Okay.
access more of the cameras and security footage to see if he can track down.
At the far end of all these 10, 12 different warehouse buildings, there is a building labeled security, and you go inside and it is unlocked and it has been abandoned.
Oh, okay.
And there are some cameras and stuff.
I'm trying to find if there is one that is being monitored that is similar to what I witnessed from Rutledge's office.
All right, make a computers roll, please.
Computers roll is a total of 21.
You look through the computer, you start doing different cameras, looking at different setups that they have, and you're confident that there is no camera view of anything weird and suspicious. You're seeing cameras outside the warehouses, pointed at the warehouses. There's a few pointed inside the warehouses in almost every single warehouse.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
What warehouses?
With using some deduction,
Yes.
which ones are not?
There is only one, and his warehouse H has no internal camera inside the warehouse.
Super irritated with us.
Devin just got lucky.
It was so obvious.
That's why none of us assumed that.
August
Probably
pipes up and
not warehouse H though. We should probably start from A.
And circle around just to be sure.
And as we get to H, we'll skip H, come back to it last, just to say we looked.
Devin's going to warehouse 8.
All right.
Yeah.
Enjoy the foam party.
I don't see it. It's H.
Devin, you're there. There's the door.
Devin opens the door.
It locked.
Devin waits.
He dramatically stands there.
Kolsch was with Devin, but he's not,
Doing anything.
other than blowing it open.
All right.
Wish
both
you
of
had an EPO there, don't you?
Totally.
So when do you think the rest will be along?
I got some explosives.
Standing there for 20 minutes.
You guys realize the 5 of you have been standing there waiting for some 6th who's never going to come.
All right.
Did somebody get the keys from the office?
Augie walks away quickly. He charges off.
No, he walks.
He comes back in an electric security car with twirling keys on his hand. You walk over to the door. You slide a little security card through. You have card now for all the warehouse stores here.
All the warehouse doors, okay.
You can also completely have access and lock up, if necessary, the Rallis headquarters office area too, if you want, with this card.
In case we need to hole up.
Yeah.
All right.
You slide through, the door goes beep, beep, and the door opens up. You immediately stab whoever's standing there up through the throat.
No, he was not here, as formerly mentioned.
You step inside.
You look so chagrined. Like, of course that's what I would do right now.
There is a fairly empty warehouse here. It has a few steps that lead up to a warehouse office. Inside that warehouse office is an overly clean office area. There's no papers of any kind. There's no personal effects or anything. There is a guy there who's kind of sitting up from a chair. He might have just woken up from a nap. He's gotten some overalls and he kind of walks over to the door of his little office inside the warehouse and says, hey, what's going on?
We're here to inspect the warehouse. You, what's your name?
Make a deception roll is my name.
My name better be natural 20.
It is not.
It is not. It is 10.
He gets you and he's got you nailed. You know what he does? He pulls out his radio. Security, I'm going to need help at Warehouse H. And he waits with a smug look.
There is no more security, sir. We are the security.
No, you're not.
We're in charge of this city now.
I think you're in some trouble. You might want to step outside.
Have you heard?
Albus walks up.
He's stepping a little step back into his office. Stay right there.
Albus just keeps walking.
No, he closes this frail door.
Albus just opens the door, squeezes through the frame
He
of
backs
the door.
away. He's backed against his chair in the office. Security, I need help immediately at Warehouse H.
We're here.
Please respond. Why am I hearing my voice over there by the small rat guy?
Oh, I better answer this. I'll be right there.
I need to take this call.
We're looking for some people.
Is that Jim Jim? He looks perplexed.
I'm Albus 47P. I don't know, Jim. Apparently a lot of you do, though.
Is this from my birthday last? Did you guys? He gets on the radio.
jumps
You
into the
guys
room.
are funny. You guys are hilarious. Yeah. Show me some Jim. Show me the Jim train. Show me the Jim train.
Albus just kind of like awkwardly, like
Yeah, that's it.
his arms in a circle.
Comfortably.
He's loco. Yeah. That's funny. What'd you guys bring to drink or eat or something? Where's the
Is there a
cake?
second level here?
Yeah,
Or-
Devin's heading towards wherever the second level.
There's a lift that could hold like a car.
Yep.
That goes up to the second.
Yep.
All right.
Is there anything in the bottom? Is there anything in the warehouse?
Yeah,
proper?
there's some white
Writhing, people
canisters.
in agony.
Some white canisters.
Are they full of foam or blue glow?
They are full of a labeled gas labeled Char 3.
Ah.
So they're empty.
Maybe. Can I go up and kick one and see
You absolutely can.
if I think it's empty?
You kick it and it gets knocked over and it sounds unnecessarily hollow.
Okay. Let's go up.
Did you bring something to eat or drink? Or we're celebrating my birthday.
Happy birthday. We're the prophets. You can stay right here.
He sits down excitedly and waits.
And I just
Close
I
the
just-
door and turn off the lights.
signal to y'all to head upstairs while I babysit this guy.
Okay. The four of you are at this lift and you're heading up. It rises up slowly with big grinding gear sounds and it reaches the top, which has a big opening that slides open. You go up into the top opening and in there you see a second floor of the warehouse that is completely empty.
Told you guys. This second floor, is it of a size that would be like equivalent to what the warehouse should be?
Make an investigation or engineering roll.
15.
It matches pretty well.
Okay.
Do we see any blood or anything that looks like it's been cleaning blood or...
You may make an investigation roll.
Oh, man. 12!
You can see that there has been a huge, throughout the warehouse, concerted effort to clean up some sort of evidence with some massive amount of foam-related product.
I'm sure we know nothing about that. Seems suspicious.
I don't think this is it. We have any?
Yes,
other
Elmer Fudd.
Any? I'm hunting experiments. Any other locations of warehouses that we might have known about, or is this considered the ultimate warehouse conglomerate?
This is the warehouse conglomerate. It goes like from A to R.
8R it is. I'm going to comms down to Albus and say, Albus, since you've got a new best friend there, can you ask him if he knows anything about people being held for experiments?
What was your name?
I have to look that up. My name is Kaze. That is a fantastic name, and no one can say otherwise.
That was an I.
That's Kaze.
Okay, no I.
There's a silent.
Start
Mine.
I-K-A-Z.
My name is Alt Delete.
Okay, so happy birthday. And you know where any people might be around here, like in any one of these warehouses? You look like a guy that knows stuff.
Well, they're all coming here for the party.
Well,
About that.
no, really, we're supposed to take you to So
building with all the tortured people.
I said, take him to the secret warehouse where the people are. That's all I know.
That's here. Let's do it.
Oh,
Get some music going. Where's the beer?
it's all downstairs where the people are.
No, you got it wrong. I'm not allowed down there.
Okay, well,
What do you mean? You can't be upstairs going,
I'm right again, no matter which direction this goes.
I'm just saying it's in the warehouse.
I think you were like, oh yeah, I'm wrong. No, I'm definitely right again.
well,
I feel that I am right.
the entrance is under those barrels, right?
No.
Oh, it's under your desk. That's right.
You need to make a deception roll. Please.
Is it here?
5 hours
Here?
later.
No, is it here?
20
Natural.
plus 2. Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
I can't say no to Jim. He says, no, they do the little lift thing that goes down. You have the little key card thing that you swipe it and the whole lift goes down.
Oh, which key card is that?
I don't know. I don't have one.
Show me the Jim train again.
They're dancing.
But I'm telling you, I was told very specifically not allowed to go down there.
Okay. Well, surprise! You're going down there today.
Make another deception roll. Look, they told me under no circumstances should I ever, and I'm no way. I'm not getting in trouble with that.
All right. Fair enough. What I want you to do is put your arms on the arms of a chair,
He does so with a smile.
and then Albus manacles him
What?
to the chair.
Time for the Jim train.
It's like a dark turn.
Hey, what's going on?
Well,
This isn't what I imagined Jim at all.
yeah. Well, I don't even know who Jim is, so you got one up on me.
I'm a recovering Jim.
Don't meet your heroes, kid.
So Albus opens comm channel. Hey, we're supposed to go down on the lift, not up.
Is that Jim?
Snap
Jim
into
was dead.
snap into a Jim, they say, but they don't worry about when Jim snaps.
So I'll meet you at the lift. We'll go down.
What about me?
It sounds like he playing.
You uninvited yourself there, pal.
What? Hey, let me out of this. He starts pulling on the. This isn't funny, man. Let me out.
Yeah. And he just Albus just walks out, turns off the light, shuts the door.
All right. You hear some cursing, but you leave him alone. The lift comes down.
But I
Albus.
told you about the lift. Oh.
The lift comes down with your friends on it, and they have joined you back at the main floor.
So there's like a key card
Like this one?
that goes down.
Huh?
I don't know. He just said swipe the key
Oh,
card.
you turn it the other way. And August swipes it downwards in the sky.
You swipe downwards on a
That's how key
system.
cards work. If you swipe them up, it goes up.
It goes up.
Down, you go down.
It's
What happens if
efficiency.
you insert it? Becomes a glass elevator to
Yeah.
the sky.
Well,
You swipe this control lever, real basic lever on the lift, which is, you would imagine, to shut it down, lock it down, but instead it allows the lever to go a little bit further into the opposite direction, and the lift starts to descend without Albus on board.
Yeah, no, he was there.
He was there, but he wasn't on board.
Wha-
They're waving as they slowly start to
Albus
descend.
jumps on top of
Okay.
that, on top of the
On
lift.
top of the left?
Yeah, sort of my impression was that he came in.
He is now. It's okay.
Devin cast Psionic Shield.
All right.
Oh, good point.
In anticipation of Albus joining us.
The lift descends, and it descends into darkness. You see lots of electrical wires running around, brackets, heavy ones, small ones, all piped down. There's a lot of energy going around in this place. And it's dark, it's dark, it's dark. You can't see anything at all. Other than hearing the heavy breathing of Jim Jim nearby, you know that you're not alone. And
It's disconcerting.
Catherine reaches out and holds Jim Jim's hand.
Aw. Jim holds Catherine's hand. I mean, Albus.
Eventually, we're just going to turn you into Jim Jim.
The voice modulation slowly incorporates your personality.
Does.
I am Jim Jim.
The lift then enters a lower section where there's some very basic lights, fluorescent lights. You can see it's pale lighting on a very dark rock tiles they have installed. So this is not concrete or metal. This is rock-related tiles that look very odd and unusual. And in particular, there is just one single corridor that goes off a bit, and the floor of that has an inset of different tiles that are slightly darkish green in color and have some strange spiraling inscriptions that weave together as they go.
As if they were words?
Nope.
I don't know this language.
Man, I wonder if somebody might know what this looks like or means, or...
I don't know these pictures. These are
Is
not
there
technical.
Any mystical meaning to this stuff?
Devin gets on his hands and knees and starts taking a look at this strip
This is-
of long
This is
stone.
more regular than you would think.
And make a lore roll, please.
16.
16. You identify these as not symbols of any kind, but they are essentially mystical wires. Even though they're just engravings in stone, they're connection points for small bits of mystical energy to run along them. And you think there's some sort of junction spot at the end whose function you do not know. But it's a way of transferring light mystical psionic energy
And it's going from where to where?
from this entrance down this corridor.
I will convey that to the group. We must be cautious as we proceed.
They're dangerous.
Potentially. I am unable to discern the purpose, but I do not imagine it being of a benign nature.
It's unlikely it's directed toward us. It's probably directed at those people who are being tortured right now.
Yes, Albus, you go first, please.
Okay.
Albus, you take the way. You guys walk just 30, 40, 50 feet or so, and you can see there's some heavy plumbing above you, and there's occasional drips of water. So there's a large amount of water for some reason also being funneled in this area. And you walk. It's black. It's dark. You can hear some strange electrical sounds from up ahead. And then your intersection branches off. It continues straight ahead, and it also turns right. So you're at like a T intersection, but you're coming from one of the lengths of the T, if that makes any sense.
So we can either go straight or
Right.
right.
That's a way you could phrase it, yes.
Is there any foot traffic of note? Like, is there
Yes,
heavy
there's a ton of people
dust
running around.
this whole thing?
There's a lot of crowd action, but yeah, you got fast pass, so you're
There.
fine.
Cut the line. ADA. I'm too short for the ride. I'm assuming there's maybe there's dust and maybe there's footprints or traffic of some sort.
There's absolutely no dust of any kind.
Oh, yeah.
Hear something from one hallway more than the other?
Make a perception roll. It's getting quiet.
That's a 12.
A 12. You hear a sound, and it is just your own raspy breathing.
Are the wires going a specific direction?
They branch in 2 different ways. You see
One straight and one right.
Yes. And you see your Comanche guide, Devin, get down on his knees and check for the trail. And the mystical energy seems to be going the straight way and not the way to the right. They can't visually see any difference, but you can sense it.
Straight ahead, Albus.
Here we go. I would have said this way.
You would have been wrong.
Do your
Putting a pin in this.
Do your powers just come from like overconfidence? Is that the source?
That is one of my superpowers, yes.
White guy confidence.
White male privilege.
I don't even know what to say.
It's a +2 to charisma, but -2 to wisdom.
I'll take it.
-4 to intelligence.
So Albus continues straight down the hallway.
Albus, you continue straight on. As you continue straight on, there's another little side corridor. You wait. Devin kneels down. He puts his hands over the stones inset in the floor, and then he points quietly straight ahead, and you continue on again. And just every 30 or 40 feet, there's this little branching section until you can all see up ahead, there is a white, slightly bluish, swirling mass of energy low on the ground right over one of these inset stone junction areas that you're approaching. It's about the size of a large frisbee, kind of flattish.
Okay.
This is also likely where our friends transported themselves to.
Do you think they're in there?
I hope so.
There is a possibility, unless they have moved on.
Kolsch, ready a grenade.
Have we... So we're...
You're at another intersection, and on the floor of that intersection where these inset stone paths are, there's a weird whitish little disc emanating energy, and it's rotating around gently about maybe 8 inches off the ground.
Standing back from it a ways, Devin's gonna kind of try and reach out, like his mental power to it, and see if he can discern a purpose to it without like physically interacting with it.
All right, make an insight roll.
17.
17.
No, I'm sorry. A total of 20.
You believe this to be a small mote of psionic power that would be of benefit for anyone with psionic abilities to interact with. He's lapping it up like a thirsty dog.
That is
Unfortunately, you needed an 18 to discern the truth.
it's really good you noticed that because I was gonna shoot it.
Devin will step forward into it.
All right, Devin, you step into it. He steps in, he closes his eyes, and the energy starts to coalesce around your ankles. It coalesces around your ankles and kind of slowly goes up your calves and fades away as it does so. You can feel this warmth energy rising up, Devin, and you feel a bit of potential within you. Psionic potential. You gain back 2 psionic points, and you will have advantage on the very next psionic ability you use, or disadvantage on opponents to resist,
All right.
which is fantastic.
Yes, it is. Yeah, exactly. Because we're about running some garbage.
So
There are med kits and ammo lying around.
Albus is again trying to listen
Make a perception roll.
for noise, any idea of which way to continue going with a 20.
With a 20.
Non-natural 20. Perception, sorry, 18.
total
18.
of 20.
All right. You see, Albus, down the side corridor from this, there are several security guards that are walking this way that have not noticed you guys first. You notice them first.
Okay.
Has this disc dissipated in any
Yes,
way?
it is now gone.
It is now gone.
How far away are these security guards?
You can see, Albus, they are maybe 80 feet away, 90 feet away.
All right, so I peek around the edge. I see that. I come back, advise the group. There are some security guards heading this way at about 80 feet closing. They have not noticed us.
How many guards?
2.
Let me look. 2.
2. We could either dispatch them quickly or attempt to force them to surrender.
Duck into a doorway.
Oh, there is that option too.
Longer we take, we know that Rutledge and your witch lady is on the run.
Yeah.
She,
Think we gotta go through them.
she is not my witch lady.
Your witch nemesis.
Thank you.
If we duck into a doorway and they walk by, though, we don't alert Rutledge.
Okay. I think that sounds smart.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the plan?
Ducking into a doorway, into another
Is there a
room.
doorway?
There's lots of these branching things. You just go 30, 40 feet back or 30, 40 feet forward and you can...
Yeah.
Yeah, I say we
Let's go
try
forward.
to hide.
Okay. You guys scatter and head off. You go forward, duck down in there, and as soon as you do, you run into two other people that are right there.
Two other people.
Yes. One is a security guard, and the other is a strange guy with kind of matted black hair that goes down to his eyebrows, wearing all white.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Kevin's just like, hi.
And they're as startled as you guys are, and they lash out to attack. We have another combat on our hands. Let's roll initiative and see what happens, shall we? Go! First up, again, pretty fast today, is Devin Page.
Yeah. First up is the GRG.
I'm back! God damn it!
The 3 legendary actions right away.
Yeah.
Okay, so Devin getting the jump on the white-dressed, black-haired gentleman lashes out with his psychic energy before anything else can happen with primal fear.
All right.
So he must make a wisdom saving throw, apparently at disadvantage because of that moat thing.
Ooh, true.
Or fall prone, becoming incapacitated, unable to stand for the duration, and his concentration up to a minute.
All right, his roll is a total, with disadvantage, of 11.
That will fail.
All right, you needed it. And I didn't hear the last part. What happens? I was busy
He will
rolling.
fall. You have a habit of that. He will fall prone and become incapacitated, unable to stand up for the duration. His concentration up to a minute.
And he can get out of it by taking damage or anything?
I'm going to say no. No. At the end of each of its turns,
Oh, okay.
each time it takes damage, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. The target has advantage on the saving throw if triggered by damage.
Peace. No! No! Ah! And he drops to the ground screaming in some sort of fear at the sight of the five of you.
Just at Devin.
And Kolsch, you're
Oh,
next.
perfect. Good afternoon, fellas. And I'm going to raise my rifle at the guard. And
He's raising his rifle too, and he is going to shoot, but you go a split second first.
perfect. I'm aiming right in the middle of his torso. With the natural 1.
Oh.
Ooh.
With a natural 1, you have
I'm glad I'm not in front.
you have failed, and your weapon is jammed.
Oh.
Okay.
I can fix that.
Your weapon is jammed, and there's actually a game mechanic for that. Oddly enough, it is. Here it
Would
is.
have been in front of me.
That's messed up.
You need to spend an entire action to unjam it.
Awesome.
Yes. You raise your weapon. He raises his weapon. You fire and it just jams. You look at your gun, pissed off look. He grins and shoots at you right now, or at least one of these guys will. Hit you for a 19.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
And that is 11 points of damage.
The question, does he have cover because he's behind Catherine?
No, this is Kolsch.
Behind me.
Kolsch is right up front.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at Albus.
And then he'll take another shot at another person up front, which is Catherine.
Thanks for drawing attention to me.
Catherine, you've been hit with a 22
That hits.
for 10 points of piercing
These
damage.
guys. They're hitting every shot.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like it.
Welcome to my world.
We're the heroes. We're the good guys. We're supposed to be hitting.
All right, the other security guys start running, trying to figure out where all the chaos is. So you've got 2 in the tunnel you guys went in, and there's 2 coming up behind you on the right-hand side. Done. Albus, you're up.
Albus, does he notice these 2 guys coming up from behind?
Yes, you can hear them. And
He goes-
you were aware of them before.
He goes up to meet him.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Albus.
Hi.
I'm Jim.
And just takes a swing at
All right.
the first one.
His life has gotten so sad.
He was so optimistic when he joined us.
10?
10.
No, these guys are nicely armored.
We
That's a
broke
miss.
him.
Okay.
You swing, he ducks, and you miss. The psionic melder fellow fires off a...
No,
No,
he does not.
He's the best.
He must
friend.
make a saving throw.
Oh. And it's at the end of his turn, too, isn't it?
At the end of each of its turns.
Son of a biscuit. He continues to just question his life's decisions and why he left community college, and then makes a wisdom saving throw of 17.
Yeah.
But he lost his turn. Blarg. Augie, you're up.
August.
Who left? Albus left. Augie and Devin, make a perception roll, please.
6 from Augie.
Okay.
15.
Devin, you can sense psionically you want another. You're standing not too far away from one of these strips in the middle of the inset stone. You can sense a coalescence of that energy dissipating into someone else's body about 50 feet back and to the left.
Back into the left.
Yes.
So the direction we
to the
were
left.
going.
And Augie, you may go.
August pulls the pin on his gas bag. He's now modeled it after the glow itself. He's got a baby glow wedged in there. He's using for distribution, and a gas comes out and affects the party thus, which would be 15 points as I desire to spend them. So that'll be 5 from Kolsch, 10 from Catherine.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
hero.
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Catherine, you bring up the end of the round. You're up.
Okay. So I'm just going to be like, whoa, guys, we don't mean any harm. And then I'm going to take out my auto pistol
Deception roll.
and shoot the guy in front of me.
Which one? The guy on the ground or the officer in front of you?
The officer in front of
All
me.
right.
18
Oh, yeah, because
to
he's
hit.
still prone right now.
You hit the officer.
And that is 5 piercing.
5 piercing. Why won't let me change it there? Got it. He takes a hit, still standing. Devin.
The prone guy, do I have advantage attacking him?
No. You would have disadvantage on any ranged attacks. You have advantage on melee attacks next to him.
So if I get into melee range and then do a ranged attack,
It would not. It would not help. It's not a simulation, I'm afraid.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to attack. So you know what? Screw these guys.
I'm going home.
Taking my balls and going home.
My purple balls and going home.
I will cast. There's going to be so much combat coming up. I'm actually going to do something.
Incredibly stupid.
Well, I mean, when don't I?
Is there a window to jump out of?
Yeah, I'm going to cast Force Bolt against the officer, I
Okay.
suppose. So I'm not attacking at disadvantage. Natural 1.
Force bolt misses and hits Augie. Augie, you take 1 point of damage. And
I'm so sorry.
whose team are you on?
It was a ricochet.
And you cannot interact with any of the 2 people up north. You're too busy focused down the back right.
I'm so
you can
sorry.
focus on Devin, This is for you, Augie. When your turn comes up, you can focus on Devin, Albus, or the 2 security guys down there.
Oh, I've spun around. And
literally yelled, "What's going on? What's going on?" All right.
Shit.
Kolsch.
Kolsch is gonna mutter some curses, like unjam his gun,
And then throw it.
and then he's gonna step in front of Catherine and August.
Taking any fire coming their way. You're really close to that guy.
Not right next to the. Can I go like a little bit, like sandwich between him and
No,
not?
here, I can. That's,
There you go.
That's relative, Dan.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, done. Security guys now go. One of them actually is not going to engage the giant dude with a shield. He's going to shoot through his buddy. So he's going to be, you get light cover with +2 to your armor class, Albus.
Okay.
He shoots twice. Can he get you with a 19?
Nope.
And a 7.
No.
Oh, God. 2 close range shots don't hit. His buddy draws a long knife from his back and stabs you. Does his multi-attack apply? Yep, melee or ranged. Stabs you twice.
Or what is?
Things got a little serious, huh? He's stabbing you with his knife with a 22 and a 6.
22 hits.
All right. He slashes across your chest through your armor for 7 points of damage. How does Albus bleed? What color does it look like?
What's wrong with you?
I'm just curious.
He ain't got time to bleed.
It's a grayish blood, just
All right.
like his skin tone.
Okay. There is one security officer who's been the target of many attacks, who's about 10 or 15 feet away from Catherine. Kolsch, you just stepped in the way to provide cover for her. But these guys are deadly. He is now going to shoot at you, Kolsch. 16 to hit.
Hits.
Kolsch, you have been hit, protecting your friend for max damage of 12. He then takes a second shot. This one, he's determined to hit Catherine. You have light cover of +2, Catherine, to your armor class. 21.
Hits.
Oosh. Max damage of 12.
Oh,
Jeez.
Holy moly.
I'm glad that I got healed.
Albus, you're up. What's our hit point situation looking like?
2 people at 3/4 of their life gone.
Okay.
Albus takes another swing at the asshat that just took a slash at him.
Bring it.
Okay. There's a 21
That has been bringed.
with 3 damage.
You bring all over him lightly. There's a small crack upside of his shoulder, and he just laughs it off. Are you good where you're at?
Yeah, and bonus action zone defender.
Okay. And zone defender. Devin, you feel that this was a terrible mistake to come down here, that this is not a place for people like you with psionic capabilities to ever be.
He knew he was right, but
And you feel the effects of primal fear coming your way. I believe that is a wisdom saving throw.
Good luck.
Natural 1.
Switch that dice out.
Wow. And that die has been thrown across the room.
Wow.
And Devin falls prone, crying something out. What do you cry out in your fear?
I don't want to say anything on the overconfident white person thing.
The more terrifying thing for you, Devin, is you see your assailant comes out of the side hallway.
The witches.
And it is a different person altogether. And
good.
another person steps out from that side.
oh no.
And this is another psionic guy wearing all white. He has a singularity in his hand that he's throwing at Albus with advantage, as he's the one that powered up from one of those moats just down the hall. Good luck. Albus, you're getting a singularity out your way. He rolled a 7 or with advantage a 15? No. You turn around and are able to block it with your energy shield. He's done. Then the original Santa guy who was feared, he stands up and does a singularity at Devin on the ground. He has line of sight. Yes, he does. He is not happy with you.
That's putting him at disadvantage.
He does not care. He is not happy.
He's weighed the options. This is going to be disadvantage. I'm still going to do it.
17 or an 18.
Yep.
He's hit you with a singularity, which I believe is 3d8 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, 3.
13 points of psionic damage.
Leaves me. I mean, that's my first time getting hit, so I have 7 hit points left.
Okay. Augie, you are up. It's bad. You guys got 2 in front of you. You're in a T intersection. 2 in front, 2 on the right, 2 on the left.
Where we die.
And you guys are tired.
All right. August accesses the wonderful life support systems of the suits of various individuals, to be Catherine, Kolsch, and Devin themselves. And here we go. That is that. So that is 8 points for those 3 people.
Oh, you are such a lifesaver.
Mm-hmm.
Have I told you lately that I love you?
That costs energy.
Catherine.
Oh, after briefly serenading Augie.
That takes a bonus action. It's looking grim. What are you going to do?
I am going to maybe yell, we should probably run, and then try to shoot my way out going the direction that I was heading and try to shoot the guy in front of me.
So the way out is further deep into the place?
I don't know.
Straight ahead, straight up north.
Wherever out might be, I'm going to go for that.
Which way? I don't know where you're
So
shooting.
back the way we came,
That
or
would be the way that Albus is right now.
I'm going to do that then.
Okay, so you're heading that direction.
But before I do, I'm going to try, well, I guess, yeah, I'll head that direction and then try to shoot one of the guys in
All right.
front of Albus. And that is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
And that is 6 points of damage.
6 points is nice. Nice damage for your pistol, right?
Pew, pew.
You hit him. He's still standing, though. Devin, you continue to writhe in horrific fear, and at the end of your turn can make a wisdom saving throw.
Shall do so with my DM inspiration die.
Good luck.
Total of 20.
You break free the sweaty brow, and you are on the ground, but in control of your own faculties. Your turn is over,
I
though.
did not care for that.
Now I know what it feels like. I am so sorry. Kolsch, Catherine
I'll
just
think next
ran.
time before I do that again.
You're in the rear, if you will, now.
Yep. I will run as well, taking her lead.
Okay.
Shit, we're all running.
It looks like it.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
truly
running,
those.
we're still fucked. But,
I'm going to shoot the guy not right next to Albus, but behind.
Got it. He will have light cover.
Yeah. 26.
Ooh, that's a hit. Huge hit.
10 points of damage.
10 points is a big hit. He staggers and almost drops his weapon, but still remains standing.
And then I'm going to do my action surge.
Ooh.
And I'm going to shoot at the guy shoot at the other guy.
The other guy.
Actually, no. I'm going to do burst fire.
Oh,
Oh!
is that gonna?
Nope. He can pick us a 10-foot square
Yeah.
Okay.
in line of sight.
So you have to make that roll.
Yeah, we're making dex saves.
who's getting the burst fire?
These
Two guys in
two
front of Albus.
fuckers.
Oh, the guy's blocking out of town. Okay.
Let's see. Let's just want to make sure with line of sight. You make a burst fire attack. You're within 5 feet. Nope. In addition, targets what game? Nope. There's no where that I see. I think you're good. All right, they're making deck saves.
Yep.
Here he is. Where is he? Security guy. Deck save. They're not bad with deck saves. I got a 19 and a 12.
Jesus, the 12 gets hit.
Okay. 19 was the front guy. The 12 hit takes your damage with no modifier. What is it, like 1d something?
2d6.
Oh yeah, 2d6 flat.
9.
9, and you kill the second guy in a hail of bullets. Yeah, you shot him with a big square shot and then destroyed him on the second shot. Nicely done. It is the security guard's turn. The one right next to you, Albus, is continuing to swing twice with his long knife.
Okay.
And he's got a 7 and a 12.
Nope.
Nothing. Parry, dodge. He cannot get you at all. There's another security officer.
Just leaving shit.
He's been lightly wounded and everyone's leaving his area. He takes a couple steps forward, looks at you, Augie, and says, "Now you die," and blasts away.
But
Twice.
yeah, okay.
A 7? Oh, and his weapon jams. It's contagious. It's contagious. He rolled a natural 1. Albus, you're up. Oh.
Albus takes a big swing at the guy in front of him. Get out of my way.
Make me.
14.
14 is a miss.
Ah.
Yes?
Zone defender.
Doing zone defender?
Yeah.
All right. A psionic guy on the left-hand branch gets a weird singularity going in his right palm, and he chucks it at Devin.
At disadvantage
Why?
because I'm.
You're still prone. Nice.
Not. I mean,
He's just crawling his way out.
I'm bad. In that.
He's got tears streaming down his face, but
Yeah.
good job, buddy.
Net result is a 7.
Yeah, that'll be a miss.
Okay. The other one.
Please don't. Please don't hurt me.
Stop doing that.
The other one.
They do not work.
Steps
I tell
forward.
You, they do not work.
You're propagating a lie.
Another one steps forward. He focuses his attention on Augie, and Augie, you feel the walls closing in. Your friends have all abandoned you. Make a
Find hole.
wisdom saving throw as fear starts to fill your mind.
Wisdom. Save me. Not saved.
What'd you roll?
A 2.
Ooh. Okay.
Not good enough.
Yeah. Augie then drops to the ground, just screaming, "Not saved! Not saved!" over and over again. Done. The one psionic guy you first messed with and made fearful, he again is determined to kill you, Devin. He is also going to do another. No, he's going to do a force bolt at you. With disadvantage, a 9. That prone is saving you so well.
Is.
Take it. I'm just gonna stay on the ground.
Go on without me. I'm fine.
Stay down.
Play dead. Augie, you continue to feel the walls close in. You know your friends are miles away and they have abandoned you, but there might be a glimmer of hope. Your turn is over, but you can make a wisdom save to break free of this effect.
That is. I can't. Oh, I don't know if I flipped that the other way. Do you happen to see what it was?
It was 5.
It was a 5? Okay.
Yeah.
So 9 total.
Augie is left in darkness
Still not saved!
of his own mind. Catherine, you're kind of jammed up trying to get out behind Albus and the security guy.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna.
He's motioning, by the way, Catherine, for you to come by with his opportunity attack ready to go with his knife.
I am going to look at the guy that is the psionic guy that is across from me. Neither of them have hit, right?
No.
Okay, so
No.
and I am going to say, go back from the hell you came and cast Cower at him,
Okay.
or whatever one does with this.
And what is
It is a wisdom save.
wisdom save? 11.
He fails. He takes 9 points of damage and has to use his reaction to run as far away from me as he can.
Ooh.
Great.
He hightails it most of the way out of there. Nicely done. Oh, he didn't move at all. There he goes. Devin, start of the round. You're on the ground, pretending to be dead. Augie's next to you, on the ground.
Mimicking Devin.
Except yelling.
Augie's just trying to fit in.
Are you mocking me? That's what Catherine did was really good, but kind of screwed up my plan, but that's okay.
So sorry.
I imagine Augie in this condition, he's reverted more to his feral state.
Oh.
So he's just hissing and doesn't know which way's up.
They have to put a blanket over you to get you out of here.
I suppose the Sonic dude and the officer are not within a 10-foot cube of each other.
They are not.
All right. Devin will use half of his move to stand up,
Okay.
and he'll back up against Catherine and Kolsch for the rest of it. And then he will swirl his own little singularity. And go, I really hope this works. And we'll cast it at the psionic guy that's been
Harassing you endlessly?
Yes, indeed. Let me just double check something.
He sees it coming, and he's dodging to the right.
Okay,
Does he dodge into it or away from?
17 to hit.
And he was confused if it was your right or his right, and he dives right into it.
Oh, 15 plus 8, 22.
What?
15 plus 8?
14 plus 8.
Okay.
Where's the plus 8 come from?
Well, because I rolled 7, 7, and 8. So
He just rolled
That
awesome.
huge
near
damage.
maximum damage.
He dodged into it with his throat and dies.
Wow.
The singularity
So
just
that's sometimes.
crunches his throat, and he dies coughing to the ground. Wow. Good
That is
job.
disgusting.
Kolsch.
I'm going to look over my shoulder. Albus, kill that piece of shit and get these guys out of here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to run up towards August.
You're running back to protect Augie.
Yep. Like right to the left.
Down a bit.
August just moved.
August hisses
Move
at him
me a little,
at his
move me
approach.
one left. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot that guard.
Oh, the guard. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my stunt dice, precision strike. That's 16
Hits him.
with 11 points of damage.
Let me check. That guy, 11 points. He is still alive.
Oh.
Still alive. He is hanging on.
Okay.
Good shot, though.
Staying alive.
Augie, you've got the guy right in front of you who has just been going back and forth, the two of you smashing, slicing, smashing. He gets a 10 to try and hit you.
Fucking
And then as you dodge that one, that was just a feint, and in comes a huge attack with an 18 to hit.
He said
Armor
I'll
class
give it.
is
I'm
a-
into Albus.
Oh, then you have been hit.
I'm getting scared. I'm like,
Like, what?
Augie's been cut.
No.
Albus.
okay, can we use the
Dang it.
correct
Sorry,
names?
sorry,
That's your
sorry.
one.
This matters. Albus has been caught for 9 points of slashing damage.
Oy.
All right.
Are you still standing?
Oh, yeah.
Fine.
All right. The other security guy who just got hit big time by you, Kolsch, with your rifle, he turns his rifle on you twice. 17 and a 20 total.
Yeah, they both hit.
Kolsch
You
has
overtune
just
these guys a little bit.
Kolsch has been hit twice. 7 points of piercing and only 4 points of piercing on the second one.
Thank goodness.
That's what, 4 hit points left?
Yup.
Yeah, wow.
I got a little trick up my sleeve.
Albus.
I hope so. We're
Oh,
going to use as
Catherine.
many tricks in it, right?
Yeah, right now it's Kolsch and Albie are like side by side about to go down. Not Albie, Augie. God dang. Why did we come up with that name?
Albus takes a swing.
You're gonna miss.
Kill that guy.
You're gonna miss.
Jesus.
You missed.
I missed.
Yeah, okay.
I said kill him.
My
Would've been-
tactical scanner is beforehand, right?
Yeah.
As a reaction? Okay.
For the roll. Devin, you're on your feet, right?
I am.
All right, not for long. One of the Santa guys on the west side is not going to do a force bolt. He's going to do a distortion. One roll only. 16.
Yep.
Devin has been hit by a huge singularity like he has thrown many times, and a total of 10. I don't know the damage, though. What type of damage is it? Psionic?
Source. It
Just kinda curious.
is force damage.
10 force damage.
I have 5 hit points left.
The other psionic guy who ran away gets his senses back, runs back, and is going to do the same attack, this time at Catherine. You have a little bit of cover from Devin. You get +2 cover. He has a singularity that grows in his hand, and he throws it. Devin, you duck, and you gasp as it flies right towards Catherine. Catherine, it's an 18 to hit.
Hit.
And it is huge damage, possibly. No, 11 force points of damage.
I don't think you understand how many hit points.
I know, but you did like 18. I'm rolling 11 and 7s on these. Augie.
I did 22, but yeah.
Yeah, nice. Your turn is over. Your fear is
Breaks.
breaks.
That 22.
Kolsch, you see Augie stop screaming, and he's on his back, and Augie looks up at you and says,
Actually, I don't
Oh.
stop screaming.
okay,
My intent from here is to remain in a kind of freakish state.
Okay.
Screaming, as though I were still under the effects of the fear.
all right. Catherine.
Okay, so I am going to run up to Kolsch and say,
Back.
we have to get out of this. We've got to. And I'm going to do my last thing and do a field treatment at 2nd level because that's all I've got. It's too late, buddy.
No, save that for yourself.
Nope. That's not how we do. And that's 3. Oh. That is 10 points back to
10
you.
big 10-point heal.
Thank you.
And then I am gonna look at Augie and just say, "You've got to break this. You've got to break this. We have to get out of here."
No inspiration given.
I don't have any.
Okay.
I have nothing. I am dry.
All right. She has sacrificed her escape and came back and healed Devin.
Devin's eyes glow white and
Surrender?
Little flags come out.
He holds his hand out, finger spread, and an icy bolt heads that way and explodes on the 2 psionicists, and they must make
Ooh, they're next to each other.
Constitution saving throws.
All right. This ice explodes around them. I got a total of 20 and a total of 12.
The 12 will fail, and he will take 12 points of damage. The person who got 20 will take 6 points of damage.
All
and
right.
they lose their reactions until the start of my next turn.
Ice explodes around, and one of them shields his eyes, and his arm gets covered with little shards of ice. He looks over and sees his psionic friend next to him is dead.
Ooh.
Kolsch, you've just been given the last bit of healing this group has to offer.
I know. He's very grateful.
And sounds it.
Thank you, Catherine. And I'm gonna raise my rifle one more time at this guard.
I'm gonna
to the
give
north.
you my tactical
Dodge this.
scanner so you get advantage. on it
Advantage.
Oh,
A
is that a
little,
one-time use only?
for short rest.
hold on. You see where he's at. You bring up your weapon, and a little HUD over your weapon gets targeted by Catherine, and pinpoint accuracy lines it up.
I'm like just there.
20, a total of 20.
Hits.
12 damage.
12 damage to that guy. Drops him.
Yeah, his helmet explodes. And then I'm going to pick up August and move.
Okay. Move to where?
Towards the guy that Albus is having problems
Oh
with.
yeah, and I would have backed
Right,
up
like, right
towards
there, yeah.
Albus
That's
as well,
perfect.
if I may retcon that a little bit.
All right.
Everyone get in one
Like
spot.
I'm like back to back
Yeah.
with
Albus?
Albus right now.
All right.
Kind of cramping me.
Take care of this stupid ass.
The stupid ass security guard who's been blocking your way out, he actually gets to go. I skipped him. He stops with his knife. He sees a whole bunch of people coming at him. He actually drops his knife, gets his rifle out, and even though you're right there in his face, he blasts auto fire at you, Albus, and Devin with burst fire. You guys
At
need to do
disadvantage.
you guys need to do burst saves.
Okay.
You guys get advantage on
Okay.
the net result because you're right in his face.
Natural 20.
Nice.
14.
Devin pulls you out of the way.
right.
And you
I'm
avoid,
sorry, I do not mean to cramp you.
you avoid his shot. Oh, and he looks panicked. That was his big save right there. Albus, you're up.
Albus swings with 15.
Okay. Devin, make an insight roll. 15 is a miss.
What?
Yeah.
9 on my insight.
Okay, you're fine.
Great.
There. Who is closest? Catherine, who went back to help everyone. Everyone's turned and left her just a few feet behind. And you feel that your best friend you've known forever has turned on you and left you behind, and you never thought he would betray you.
You
And
would never do that.
the fear,
I'm right next to her.
the fear of that grows as he goes miles and miles away. You need to make a wisdom saving throw to resist this fear effect.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm going to use my DM inspiration dice for the funsies. Oh, didn't need it.
All right.
That is a 21.
And then he is motioning with an arm as well in this general vicinity. Augie, you're up.
August,
No.
still feral-like.
Make a dex saving throw, Cole.
Ow! Ow!
Kolsch feels something jostle on his belt, and August
Now's not the time.
August runs for the guy here,
The Psionis.
the
Okay.
psionicist,
You're running at him?
running at him, through him, and past him. However, what he leaves behind is more important, which would
Yeah.
be one grenade. And I run, continue with my move, as I'm trying to do a bonus and then a react and continue on, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So I'm running past, but I've left a grenade in his spot.
Fair enough. He is making, what did we say? Dex save versus a 14, I believe, was default target number. That's the wrong roll. This is the correct roll. Oh, he totally is just focused on you running right by him. Like, what the hell? What if you missed? And then at his feet, it erupts. Roll the damage, Augie.
What is the damage first?
2d6.
2d6.
You're seeing.
He has 10 left.
9.
He blows up and there's explosion and shrapnel. He's like, whoo, that was close. No, but he's all bloodied.
Tell me it's my moment.
Catherine, before you
Sorry, I
go,
took your basket.
Oh,
Catherine.
that's all right. It's
Bum, bum, bum,
uses
bum, 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 bum,
spectacularly.
bum. Augie, you see there are 3 more of these psionicists coming from the west that will be here a round or 2 because you went past him
I did.
towards
Yeah,
them.
that's okay.
Catherine.
I am going.
Why do you hate us?
I'm going to look at the psionicist and say, pathetic. And I'm going to use my wicked insult. He has a charisma save.
Wait, against who?
The Psionicist.
I thought that Psionicist died.
No,
No,
there's 1
he's
point
got
left.
1 hit point left.
Oh.
Not anymore. I still can't visually figure this part out. He dies to the insult.
I'm assuming that like
Just psychic damage, man.
He's so shocked by me doing that like he like takes a step back and like hits like part of his shoulder that's got some fragment in it.
Oh,
and,
just
like
pushes further.
a little bit more.
He is dead. Nice finish.
And then I'm going to
More
I'm gonna be like Albus, finish that guy. Let's go.
Can you kill this guy, please?
And like just like get in the group. I'm gonna get closer to the group.
Cramping me. Not helping.
Uh-oh.
Swing away, Albus. Swing away.
Oh, you guys want to forfeit your turn so I can just take another swing?
No.
Devin.
All right, Devin will finally turn around
Okay.
and face
120 feet to the west, you can see figures in a poorly lit hallway coming this way.
How
many figures?
A
3.
purple ball of energy pops into existence, and he flicks it at the guy ahead of us.
Okay.
Which guy? That's very specific.
The last enemy that we are facing.
The one that you've been swinging
you're
at
having a
for
waltz with.
7 turns.
Just want to make sure it wasn't me.
21 to hit.
Oh, he even had cover from Albus, but it doesn't matter.
Only takes 3 points of damage.
Let me check. He has only taken 3 points of damage on this entire fight. Is that all you got?
Yes, unfortunately.
So we have Albus toe-to-toe with this guy, and everyone else pretty much jammed up right behind Albus.
Looking up over his shoulders.
Does Kolsch
Actually,
see
not,
those
'cause Albus
figures
is
running
huge.
towards us?
You do, yeah. Augie just called it out, so yeah.
What?
And they're 120 feet from him or 120 feet from us?
From you, Kolsch.
And as Albus is like fighting with this guy, we're like, no, over there. Just wait, do that over there.
About 90
Stop
feet from
backseat
August.
fighting.
I'm gonna take a shot at him at disadvantage.
Okay, long range.
Yeah, because 100 feet is my normal range. I know.
We really need to kill this guy in front of us so we can run.
I'm not gonna shoot him. I mean,
Okay. I mean, yeah.
my,
Can't you? Oh, can you do burst?
You do what you need
I
to
can,
do.
but I don't know how that would work at,
Yeah, I don't know.
disadvantage.
It would be advantage.
They would get
Advantage for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. 11.
Long range shot misses. The security guy is blasting again. I won't hit all of you. It'll just be Kolsch and Albus need to make dex saves with advantage because this guy's
Burst or dex?
this is burst. Sorry, burst.
Burst save.
He's just peppering away, point blank range.
With advantage.
Advantage. Total of 20 for me.
All right, you're good.
Total of 12.
You are not good, and Kolsch takes a hit. Where's it at? There it is. 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
You still standing?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You're happy I helped you now, huh?
There.
Albus,
Ooh, natural 20.
you hit the guy.
Yeah.
Double damage.
No, that's my running.
That is, he has 13 hit points remaining, by the by.
Oh.
3, 5.
Jesus.
And I'm using ramming force again. Ramming strike.
speed.
All right.
It's going to be
There you go.
8, 13, and 17.
17. Why don't you take this guy down? You've been fighting with him forever.
Get out of my way! And just again with the and the glowing of the hammer and whop, and he just blends him into the side of the wall.
Okay.
It does not look like you are too cramped.
He made
Now
space.
run.
What's your plan, group?
I think we need to run.
I think we're running.
Guess
Okay.
we run.
Let's go.
I'll be right there.
The group runs and runs. Augie is in the rear, and you, as you are running after the group, follow. You guys are heading back towards the lift, I'm
Elevator,
assuming?
yeah.
The group is all there, and you notice two things. One, Augie's close behind, You notice three things. One, Augie's close behind. Two, he is about to be attacked from long range by three different guys right before he gets on the lift. And three, the security card he has isn't necessary to operate this lift. Just FYI.
Can't leave the rat.
Enthusiastic.
All right. And they are attacking. You see.
While they're attacking, can
Yes.
I yell something?
Sure.
Oh, no, they're too far.
Okay. They're doing multiple force bolts.
How close are they?
What's your move speed?
Mine's 30.
30? Then they're 120.
Yep.
They've been keeping pace. Here it is. All right. With disadvantage, Augie has been lobbed. Multiple bolts of force come his way with a 5 to hit, a 10 to hit, and a 10 to hit.
A miss and 2 misses.
Okay. This visual disruption of the air go flying by almost hit you guys at the lift. And Augie, you arrive at the lift.
We will go back upstairs.
Devin pulls the lever and it slowly goes
The gate
up.
first comes down.
Then the side gate
Unnecessary.
comes.
It comes this way.
And the lift slowly goes up, and you guys have arrived back at the warehouse. And you hear, just as you arrive, "You gonna let me out?"
Before we get out of the lift, is there a way to
Yeah, we need to
disable it?
lock it permanently or semi-permanently.
Yeah, you can make a mechanics roll.
How about we let
Can I make a
Augie
smash it with
do
my
that?
Warhammer roll?
You sure can.
Okay.
We're gonna need to get back down eventually.
Yeah,
You can smash it more then.
but
That's not how it works.
but right now we need to make sure no one else comes up.
Let's let Augie take a crack at it.
Okay, Augie,
Augie grabs your hammer and starts smashing.
what do you want to do?
It's very user friendly.
Am I smashing it, or are you?
Am I being directed to? I will.
Say it. What do you want to tell him?
Make sure this thing doesn't go back down.
I need your hammer. I'll go ahead and
All right, you're slowly rising up. Right above you is a weird little junction box. You pop it open, you start working on it. As you start rising, it's going lower and lower and lower, and then it disappears. The next one comes, you open it up, and you're trying to figure it out. It's
go too fast.
Make a engineering mechanics roll, please. It's not too challenging.
A non-natural 20 total of.
All right, you are able to get it to stop, and it comes to a stop. Unfortunately, you're 5 feet underneath where you need to be, but it has been locked in this position until further notice.
August scrambles up and out from this little ledge thing now.
All right.
I scramble over Albus. I think step. I'm just. Okay, step, get.
Yeah. Not the hole.
Devin puts a foot in his USB.
Everyone uses you as a ladder and gets up.
Kolsch climbs up. He's
All right.
got it. It's only 5 feet.
Albus pries himself up.
Okay.
Let's just get out of here.
You guys leave the warehouse.
I think we need to go.
Yep.
No, we need to go check on K's.
Yeah, let that guy leave. What? No?
Okay.
Albus goes back into K's office, opens up the door.
You're in so much trouble. So much trouble.
Really?
When security gets here.
I'm actually gonna go in behind Albus and I'm gonna say, "Did you know about this?
I was told not to go down there. He went down there.
Did you know what they were doing to people down there?
No?
You asshole!" I'm just gonna slap him as hard as I can.
Ah! Don't slap the birthday boy.
Birthday boy, you're coming with us.
His smile leaves.
And if it's a really good birthday for you, I'm not gonna punch you until you can't talk anymore from all of the blood gushing down your throat.
Make an intimidation roll with advantage,
Oh.
please.
Hey, girl.
August is doing back-to-back healing for a total of 15.
On whom?
My intimidation is a 21.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You didn't know any better.
Looks like he did, and I'm gonna just rip off part of his shirt. I'm gonna shove it in his mouth, and I'm gonna just look at Albus and say, take him off the chair, but then put the manacles back around his arms. We need him with us.
Albus is just going to grab the back of the chair and just drag it out.
Just drag the chair, screeching on the ground.
Kolsch, beaming with pride, goes up to Catherine and hugs her and like nuzzles his head against hers. That was so great.
This guy's an asshole if he let this happen on his watch.
Catherine, Kolsch, and Devin, 15 points each.
And I feel so much better.
Yep.
How did you pull that off?
2 castings back to back.
Of what?
Of my 3-person group size heal.
Oh.
So I got my D4 plus my
Let's
bonus.
go back down there now.
And where does that, is that a technique that you're using?
That is my nanite infusion, if you will, but I do it by way of their life support system.
Okay. You guys are outside where you have 2 vehicles to choose from, a rented truck or a security electric cart that Augie brought.
Taking them both.
Okay.
Yep.
And you guys drive off. You leave Warehouse H behind, and Devin
we,
says,
before
I
we-
told you so as you leave.
Before we
I did not
Drive
say it
off,
was a
can
good
we-
idea. I just told you.
August, why don't you lock this bitch down?
The whole warehouse?
Yeah.
Yes.
I swipe the card, but I do it with a little bit of vigor and violence.
All right.
Why locked?
That closes it for good.
It is
I
locked.
close the padlock. I give it a spin.
It says no vacancy.
We
Put
should
up a
let
sign.
Olyop know what happened, that there's still problems. We want to keep him safe. Have him meet us at the hotel.
All right.
The hotel.
I mean, we can take the governor's palace if we want.
It's a Super 8, Devin.
You guys arrive at the hotel. Exhausted, battered, bloodied, tired. Did I say exhausted?
Yeah.
August goes promptly, strips the sheets off the bed and dives into a corner with all the sheets over him and goes to sleep.
I room service, can we get some new sheets, please?
When they arrive, August takes those sheets. Just an ever-developing hamster ball of linen.
What's your plan? You guys are decompressing, resting.
I think we need to batten
Time
down
of
the
day is
hatches
this?
and take a long rest.
Yeah, it's probably late afternoon.
Yeah, I think definitely gonna need a long rest on this one.
Need an army.
We
Yes,
do.
a long rest in an army.
We need Talon.
Well, I'm not sure he's gonna be.
Need Talon, need Crumish, need miners. Armed. All of them.
How are we going to get them on our side?
August just gets close and stares at you.
That does work. You're right. I think if we can find out more, if we can find out anything externally through the computers about what's in there, what to expect. How many people did you see being tortured in there? It seems like they're being turned.
Quite a few.
The other option is that we can try to blow it up from the outside.
It's the only way to be sure.
That would kill the people that are being tortured.
I think they've been tortured into this. I think that's what the psionic people are. They've had this whatever glow used to turn them into this.
Yeah, blow turns people into monsters, I'll tell you.
It does.
Does that make
glow. You
sense?
said glow, not blow.
Like,
It's a fantasy world, man.
I mean, like,
You have stumbled upon a plausible theory. Is what
yeah. The people the psionicists that we were fighting, how, like, in control of their faculties did they seem? Did they seem like they were kind of, like, just mindless, like, psionic weapons? Or did they seem like they were, actual true practicers of the source?
You guys, as you're all resting and chatting about plans, you see Devin sitting on the edge of the bed replaying the different battles. Okay, and I did this, and I moved over, and I rolled like awesome, and then I did this, and I saw him. And then
just with that damn singularity.
And I saved August for like the 5th time.
then I was crying and peeing on the floor. Okay, got it. And then he goes through the motions, but then
I remember that part.
and then you're picturing what they were doing, what they looked like. Make an insight roll to possibly get the answer to your question.
A total of 20.
You have no idea. No. You, you believe there was an awareness to what they were doing, but it does seem like they were affected similar to how Ipo was when he had backstabbed you.
Okay.
It seems there's a reason they were bringing Alyssa here. I think she's going to be one of these prisoners.
Yes.
Who's
That makes
Alyssa?
sense. She is a...
She's in the next room.
I've been waiting forever. When do we leave?
I got my third demerit.
She is a user of the Esper who we found had been captured and was being brought to this planet, who we freed before you joined us.
Huh.
Yes.
So it is probably better that we don't kill everybody in there. We need a way to free them from the effects of the blue glow.
If there is such a way, it is possible that their mind has been permanently affected. Why do you look at me so?
Seeing as how we're prophets, we are,
The most tired sounding prophet ever.
yeah. We are commissioned with protecting and helping people, not killing them.
Says your chain-smoking aunt.
This is true. If it is possible, we should. I am totally on board on saving these people. It may not be something that is possible. Is all I'm wishing to convey. We must entertain that possibility.
If there's an alternate way to get in, that would help us quite a bit.
Yes.
But they means that they might already be getting out
Yes.
and infiltrating.
Hey, Kays.
Oh yeah, you brought him to the hotel room.
Let's learn more.
He's like, yeah, this food service is great. He's like, yeah,
He's still in the chair.
Yes.
yeah.
Is there any other way down into that lower level?
He's still gagged.
Are you being honest with us, birthday boy?
Birthday boy, if you want a special treat, you'll lie to me right now. How many
His head
people?
blows up.
His head explodes.
And I grab one of Kolsch's knives that I know he has on him at all time, and I say, I'm gonna hold it under his chin and say, how many people have been brought down there?
He looks terrified and shrugs.
I take out the thing I shoved in his mouth.
All right. I don't know. They take people down, but people don't come back out. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
How many?
I
How
don't.
many?
Like 2 last week and 2 the week before. There's probably been 50 people down there, as far as I know.
Well, that's helpful. Thank you. You won't get this surprise this time. And then I shove the cloth back in his mouth.
What do you shove in his mouth?
The cloth.
Okay, making sure there was another object in your hand.
We can't defeat 50 people, just us. We can try to rally miners, but I don't know why they would get part of this cause.
It would take time, but this is definitely something I believe the prophets would get further involved in.
It's something we definitely want to. We would like to free these people from their mental chains.
Yes, that would be the ideal.
August is slowly turning down the AC in the room. Likes it cold.
It's because he has so many blankets.
And anytime anyone goes to change it, you see this blue HUD light up here underneath the blankets.
He's got the nest.
A drone comes out.
Yeah, Kolsch's gonna send off a message to his new friend Valencia,
Okay.
letting him know everything that's gone down.
Okay. Everything?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not
There
going
was
through my head.
crying.
Exactly. I'm like, oh shit. That
There was
a trap.
begging for
We failed.
life.
Yeah.
Okay, you have sent a long-range communication. It will take several days to arrive there.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we have to do something. We need to make sure that nobody comes out. We need to try to deal with any problems that might happen once the miners realize there's no more work to be done and no more pay.
We have a lot of problems.
Are there ways to cut off the...
This seems like more than normal.
There are ways to cut off the water supply and electrical supply down into that lower level, Augie.
There are always ways, but we don't know where those are.
Well, we saw those conduits
Could be an independent
as we went
system.
down the elevator shaft.
Oh, yes. But is the plan to dry them out, so to speak?
If we could weaken them, they don't have to die.
That does make sense. There was an inordinate amount of water that they seem to be siphoning in there. There has to be some purpose to that. Depriving them of that source would seem like it would hurt them.
August is now working on a holographic projection of a three-dimensional damaged GRG robot that he's hoping to repurpose in some fashion.
Oh, yes.
I want my drone from Starfinder. You guys rest. You wake up.
Yeah, we're gonna take a
Probably you guys get a long night's sleep. You wake up. It's still dark. It's maybe 5 a.m. because every world runs on a 24-hour clock in this universe somehow.
Of course it does.
And there's months and weeks that seasons all line up perfectly. You guys get back half your hit points, half your hit dice. You can spend some more hit dice to get things going. And of course, your abilities refresh.
By my math, out of all of us, Albus is the only one still damaged with 2
Nope.
points.
I used hit dice
Okay.
before I went to sleep, and then I'm full up.
Okay.
Perfect.
Woohoo! Oh, I feel so much better. Oh, what a night's rest can do for you.
SWAT team kicks in, starts mowing us down again.
You see Albus outside smoking.
Right?
This morning smokes and coffee.
Through the hole.
He just has a whole pack of smokes and just a whole pack.
It's so expensive, he's just got every hole filled with cigarettes.
Jeez.
I'm gonna go up to our prisoner and take the cloth out of his mouth.
He wakes up. Yeah.
Hey, I bet you'd like to go to the bathroom.
Do you want waffles?
They have good melon.
Intergalactic breakfast.
No, I don't have to go to the bathroom.
Well, that's a bummer. What do
I'm
you
so sorry.
You notice
Don't
an
disappoint.
aroma.
You're a man for hire, clearly. Very few morals. How many of you do you think that we could get on our side? To go
Why
to
do you think I have few morals?
You just let a bunch of people be tortured beneath you for the last 30 weeks.
I didn't know that. I'm paid
busted.
$12 an hour to make sure no one comes in or out unless they have authorization. They come in, they bring in like these little tubes, and they go in and they go down and they come back up or they don't.
What? The tubes? Do they go by the elevator?
The lift.
I'm guessing if nobody came out, you probably had a pretty good idea. So $12 an hour, huh? That's your going rate? How many of you are there?
We will pay you $12.50.
And we will provide benefits.
Only after 90 days.
We have a matching program.
I'm just going to try
Does
to
401k interest you?
learn a bit more from him about how many different guards there were and see if we can't try to hire them for our own purposes.
Look, I've got a wife and kid off world. I'm just trying to make some money and get out of here. You're trying to make it sound like I'm some sort of mastermind, and I'm beginning to think, as he looks around this hotel room, that you're not actually police of any kind.
We're not police, we're prophets.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
It is nothing good for you.
So why don't you let me go before I go find Officer Talon and you get in some real trouble.
Yeah, call up Jimmy.
Like we all look smugly at each other with that comment.
You want me to call him for you?
I would very much like that, please. I'll call that bluff.
I open up comms to Talon's
Channel 1.
All right. Channel 1. You hear, oh, what is it now?
Just got a guy. Can you, I don't know, put him in your jail or something?
Yeah, I can be there in 30 minutes.
Thanks. Hang up. Now what?
I think I need a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a thing here. Sorry, friend.
Yeah, there are not many lawyers on this planet.
You've got the wrong guy if you're looking for trouble. I don't know people. I don't know the security guys. I just keep an eye on the warehouse. My one warehouse didn't even give me a card to lock down the warehouse.
Well, then we'll have Jim take you away and put you in jail until everything's sorted out. At least you'll have some clean clothes and some food, and we will make sure that you can't go and alert anybody if that's still of interest.
But you will not get benefits.
I just want some of those waffles that disappeared under the sheets.
No marmalade for you. We need to go take care of this. This only gets worse.
I agree.
And how do we do that?
Need backup. We need people with guns. Need eyes.
That we are the...
Feet on the ground.
And how do we do that?
Well... Ralos Mining had security bots of all different types. Did they just have the one, or do they have more than one?
You only saw one at a time, so you don't know.
Oh my god, I really want there to be an army bot.
Just like the doors open up and it's just like rows and
That's
rows.
warehouse
Just
W.
that kind of thing could go both ways.
We need to make sure we have the authorization codes first.
August is spending just spare time exploring that as an option to see if there's
How?
when we had access to Rutledge's computer.
You want to go back to his office?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That is what August would like to be doing.
Yeah, let's all head back that way, actually. I mean, there's no reason for us to separate at this point, right?
No.
Okay, you guys head back to
Let's go
the
make
Rallis mining headquarters. You take the elevator up after you pass by a really arms tired security guard with his arms up in the air.
I'm impressed.
Down now.
He collapses in a heap,
We are benevolent rulers.
You are welcome.
but you are not allowed to leave this room. You take the elevator up, you stride into a bullet hole doored, expensive wooden doored office, and Ollie up is asleep on the chair with his legs up, and he wakes up. Hey! Profits!
I'm envisioning the room looks like
has
the
running the
security
planet
area
been
of
going?
the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's all blasted
There's
apart.
just stuff everywhere. How's it going? How'd we do?
It's been a mixed bag.
We definitely got away. Which is the benefit. Looks like there's a lot of they've been torturing people with Devon's abilities, and they probably have dozens.
Oh, well,
of
let's
them.
get Devin out of here then.
I do not like the way you phrased that.
Merits and stacks of 30.
And there's about an army of something like 50 of them. They have the blue glow being used against them, and we'd like to save them if possible, but there's
I bequeath that. Go make that happen.
you are just very super helpful. In the meantime, if we could get access to this computer, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. He spins it around. There's Minesweeper on it.
Solitaire.
August gives a shot at trying to find
Oh,
out.
he formatted it for his
Oh,
own, for
I-
his games.
We need to free up some space.
only got 16K.
Snake.
If everybody else is just up in the office, can Kolsch explore the rest of the building? Is
Sure.
there anything else to explore?
Yeah, you can look around the rest of the building.
Okay.
You find a bunch of offices that appear to have been abandoned recently, administrative style offices. You have access to employee payroll records, that kind of stuff. You see there is a security cart with an abandoned rifle. That's the same quality as the ones that are normal. But there's no specialized equipment or anything cool here. It's a generic administrative building, and there are no other robot
Closeted
things.
robots? No.
None that you see.
Okay. That's what I expected, but you know.
Olliup says, so, you guys did great. What kind of search warrants can I continue with the bequeathing? What do you need? That's why I'm here.
Just like blank, kind of disturbed stares.
We need an army all up.
Maybe I could draft one. I am the leader.
We need weapons for the army.
Make weapons, he declares.
We need guns.
He doesn't seem to get
Lots
it.
of guns.
The problem with an army, of course, is that means killing all of those people. So we might as well just clap something on them if we're going to kill them all. There needs to be a better way. I'm not giving any help. I'm just pointing out problems.
You think the ones that you think the ones that have already turned can still be saved? Or are we trying to rescue the ones that we saw on the tables? The ones that were casting that shit at us seems pretty well rooted where they're at.
Well, Ipo came to his senses after some stabbing some people, so maybe we just need to get stabbed a few times from each of them, and then they'll come to their senses.
We'll advance with our backs to them.
Can see me.
I believe any transference back to normalcy for them would be a long and trying process. We would have to be able to subdue them somehow. I don't think it is something that would be simple and straightforward. And while they're trying,
says Olliup. I got a call coming, and he hits the button. Beep. Yeah, talk to me. This is Olliup. Chromish, how's it going? Yeah.
Meh.
Nothing. 240. What about you? Oh, really? All right. Yeah. No, I'm just hanging out. Oh, you guys are looking at him. He then stops and puts his little Bluetooth thing down. This is a private call.
Oh, God.
He motions for you to leave the destroyed office.
nobody moves the muscle.
Albus just walks up and hits the disconnect.
Oh,
Anyways, as I was saying,
I think that's technically against the law.
that's treason. I have declared it.
It's gonna be power mad by day 29.
So you think if we can subdue them,
it
There
may
might
be
be hope.
possible. Yes.
Augie,
Yes?
is there any way we could pump something down there, like to knock him out?
Maybe. I don't have knowledge of that. I could imagine something working, but I don't know gases like that. It's not my
Gotta be
forte.
some sort of knockout gas we can use.
Is this something that seems feasible in August's realm?
You don't know of a gas is the catch. You need the gas
Yeah.
itself.
Are there any?
There's a lot of canisters labeled Char 3 at your disposal.
Are there any chemists associated with Rouse that are still planetside?
You are not aware of any, Albus.
Without any knowledge of the gas, the only thing I would do is, or could do, is remove the air from the environment, but it's the same thing and a terrible way to go.
Not enough to kill him, just enough to put him out.
I suppose I a doctor of sorts. I could put a tolerance, but
Do you guys remember when there was 20 guards that subdued all of us with stun guns?
Yes, I
Go down
stun
there,
guns.
murder the guards, stun the psionics,
You mean eliminate?
eliminate. You're
Eliminate
right.
threat.
Thank you, Catherine.
That's stun guns. That's not a bad idea if we can get enough of them. Is Augie also? I don't know if this is a thing, but could we use the energy of stun guns to make something a bit more massive down there that could stun many people at once? Hook it up to a larger process or any metal.
take time.
the
Weeks of design.
and the not necklace, but the things that they put around their necks. They did inhibit my ability to use the source.
Did any of them have that on when we fought them?
No, they did not. But if
They
we
put
could,
them on us, remember?
but if we could find the devices, we could and stun the psionicists and get them on them. Then that would inhibit their ability to use the source.
I start looking into that for the computer.
Is there a hospital on?
There is a medical area. There is also you, Augie, looking through computer stuff are focused towards the security office you were at yesterday.
Yes.
By the warehouses, and there's a security storage area and you remember there's a couple doors you didn't access when you're looking at the cameras.
It's possible some might be available down there.
That's our best choice so far is stun as many as we can, put the collars on them so that they can be made harmless while we can rehabilitate.
Or at least find out if it is possible to rehabilitate.
I don't know if 6 people, 5 people, how many of us are there? 5 of us
There are 5 of us, yes.
can take down 50 with stun guns, but they were surely effective against us.
I think that number of 50 is, I'm sure people, I don't know if all of them are still down there
There's
or
definitely
alive.
like 4 dead.
I think we killed 5.
Albus walks out the door down to the little electric cart.
Okay.
It's driving towards the hospital.
All right. Whee!
Has anybody seen Albus?
He's super heavy in a single engine go kart.
Yeah, it only went 5 feet.
We should also maybe get some sort of visual on the lift that we disabled and make sure
Yeah.
there's not anything going on there.
Yeah, the thing that Augie had looked at the camera that showed all the warehouse H with all the bodies in it, and let's take a look at that camera to see if that's still going on.
Okay. You take control of that camera. There is some hidden PTZ functionality to the camera that Augie can access to pan it around. And Augie, make a electronics. Make a computer roll.
Computers? A 17.
With a 17, you are able to enable that feature, move the camera around. You can see there are 3 metal beds with those cables pointed towards them. There are 3 people who are motionless on those beds. And you're able to pan the camera a bit, and it's just getting blocked by the ceiling and something in the ceiling, some power conduit or anything. But you're able to see a little bit more in that room. There is some strange movement of water, like some large pond or something you can't quite make out that's in this room. You don't understand the function of. Not too far from that water, you see there are 7 people dressed in white with nasty looking flat hair that drapes down over their faces. And they are arranged in a rough little circle, and they are sitting there motionless, facing each other in a circle.
Devin, what are they doing?
They are sitting in a circle,
Do you do
motionless.
He looks and you watch quietly. Oh yes, it is duck, duck, goose.
Can Devin make anything out of it? I mean, I assume it's like, I mean, is it?
Make a lore roll and tell me you got a natural 20.
18.
18. What? You're like, no, I don't.
It is, I mean, it is a typical meditative state that people who use this source would be entering. It seems somewhat ritualistic in nature. But I can divine no more than that.
If we can get the water source turned off, for Albus' suggestion, and
Aldous is not there right now.
I look where he was.
Has anybody seen
Look
Elvis?
back, and I say, if we get that water turned off, it might inhibit something, I don't know what, and then maybe the energy as well. It could at least take them out for a few hours.
Yeah, I feel like it would at least cause them problems.
If we can just make their life a little more irritating, that would make me happy.
It would give us some small advantage.
Albus, you are driving to a hospital. You have arrived. It's a small one building, one floor area. There's a like an ambulance guy asleep on the chairs to admit people. And you walk up to him and give him a little kick, and he wakes up. Yeah, what you need? Some wake up pills, I assume. Boy, you're a big one.
Yeah, well, I need some.
You need a lozenge. Totally. I got you covered.
Get that looked at.
Need some knockout gas.
What? You need knockout gas?
Like if you got to do surgery on somebody and put them out.
I think I read about that in old history books. We use something different. But I can't just give that to anyone. I've got some anesthesiac related drugs is the exact term I'm using.
It's people.
I take them.
No, you're not.
What? Who do you need me to get to tell you to? Oh, hold on. And he calls up Ollie up on his comms.
Okay.
Puts it on speaker.
Go for Ollie up.
Ollie
Him
pay.
so much now.
Albus here. Albus 47P.
Oh yeah.
So I'm at the hospital, and I need them to give me their anesthetics.
All right. Put me on the radio with him.
You are.
Can you hear me? I am Director Aliup. And the guy says, yeah. Do you know who I am? Yeah, they, Talon and ever said you're authorized as the leader, and even that Crescini guy said that's the case. Then give this man whatever he wants. And then he hangs up.
Went a little German on that last part.
And Aliup takes his computer back from you, Augie, and begins sweeping mines.
I like that in the end, like Aliop's gonna be the big bad guy.
You have made me what I am.
He gives you a box of needles that will put people to sleep.
Okay.
You have to be careful because you could kill them.
Okay. I read up on some dosage information.
All right.
How many needles are there?
There's a box of 20.
Okay. I drive back to the hotel.
All right. I guess they wouldn't be needles, but they'd be vials.
When he gets back, did they not have any guesses?
I pull out this box of 20 vials of anesthetic.
That is wonderful, but did they have a big bottle of gas?
No. But
Hey, you just reach in like this.
And he's out.
We could maybe atomize this stuff.
At the very least, we could
Banaka.
give it to people who aren't so squishy like you, Albus, and you can start doing that. Or if we have our ingenious engineer work on something like a
That's an inspiration right there. That's
gun.
done. I'm inspired.
You take an inspiration. That's never happened before.
Aki reaches up and pulls it out from behind your ear.
If you could make some sort of gun that could shoot needles with this, for example, that would be an interesting way to try to
Shoot bees.
I'm the Willy Wonka of weapon design, apparently.
Come with me. See? But at least we've got something.
Augie, they've got a lot of different projects thrown your way. Well, what do you want to do?
Can you hurry up, please, and get some of this done?
Getting an Altoid in right now.
I'm not sure how much you can do, Augie. Potentially the water is the most important, but if you have any interest, or otherwise we can just each divide up these vials and...
To damage the water or poison the water or gas the...
Cut off the water.
Cut off the water. I like that.
Cut off the water, and then...
Every time you talk, it is just so disorienting.
Kolsch wants to look at one of their rifles and see if there's a stun setting on it.
There is not.
Maybe it's just at the security location.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds like we have a bit of a plan. We can turn off the water to try to inhibit the process that they may be using to turn these poor people. And we have to go look for some stun guns and some beautiful necklaces for people. And we have some vials to put them to sleep if we get in close enough range.
Have you made those needle guns yet, Augie?
They're all right here.
Of course.
Ready to go.
12 seconds.
It's got large straws to blow them out of.
Took that inspiration and I used it really well.
Dive into my hamster whatever thing and pull out stuff.
So what you doing, Augie? It's on you.
I guess we'll work on some sort of delivery system for the anesthetics.
Okay.
By way of probably converting our standard pistols, or a couple standard pistols to do something like that. Okay. Removing more of the damage component and replacing it with some sort of anesthetic.
All right, you bring up the computer, you borrow it from Ollie for a little bit, find some workshop that you can get access to, and take a bunch of people's pistols to that workshop and start this project. It will take quite some time.
No, you can do it.
I'll do. It's going to take more than 10 minutes.
But for that roll, you have this wonderful inspiration die for when you're ready.
Augie's been working on that for several hours, most of the day, maybe a second day. You don't know. It depends. What do the rest of you want to do?
Let's go to the security offices and find out what sort of weapons are there.
Okay.
And then also, if we know where one of those pipes is, we could just break it.
Yeah, we could definitely go to
Flood the city.
Yeah.
Go to town.
So
Augie, where are these pipes at?
I'm working. I need to calm down.
You got a map?
do we really want to spend that much time creating the delivery, a potential delivery system?
I just thought we were going to break the pipes so that they could...
Well, I'm talking about what Augie's doing. Do we really want to set him to that task where it's going to
Albus
take a
does.
day and a half?
I was thinking we would just run up to people and inject them with stuff. If we had something like a rifle, that'd be super awesome. But
Yeah, because I
otherwise...
think if we spend a day and a half doing that, that would delay us a good bit there. Where we might run into some...
In the meantime,
challenges.
Albus wants to go break pipes, and then we can see what happens after we break pipes.
Right, but we could be getting into trouble doing that, and it would help to have our whole party there.
Don't look at me. I'm working.
He's already working on it. Let's go break some pipes and see what we can find.
All right. The four of you head towards Warehouse H.
Security office first.
Security office.
Where hopefully the collars and the stun guns are.
Okay. You are able to secure another one of those key cards and unlock some doors, and you see there are a few of those collars and several of those stun rifles available.
Find a few of those collars.
Okay. 3.
How many guns?
A dozen.
Listen, cool.
There's only 3 collars?
Yep.
They only bring in a couple at a time.
These stun
I
guns...
mean, they had 5 collars on us at one point.
8's the legal limit they're allowed to have on a...
I can't get licenses
Yeah.
for more than 8 at a
They're
time.
not idiots. OSHA's a bitch. Profits are nothing compared to OSHA.
Are these stun guns
Jurisdiction
something that any of
everywhere.
us could carry?
What is it that you're talking about?
Stun guns? Or any of us carry those?
They're rifles. It depends. They would be described as clearly a martial ranged weapon.
So not a pistol or a vehicle weapon.
Not a pistol, not a vehicle weapon, no.
Vehicle stun gun.
We can mount it on a vehicle.
Duct taped it, it's on the vehicle.
Well, one of us is definitely going to take one.
Okay. And you guys are looking for...
Devin, take those collars.
Okay.
And we're going to try and find this...
three of them around your neck.
I figure an odd number will, like, you know...
Balance it out.
And then let's go pipe hunting, I guess.
Okay. You guys go pipe hunting. Who has the best mechanics / engineering skill available?
Yeah, +2.
I have +2.
2.
We're all
Might as well ask who the best pilot is.
All right.
Catherine.
All right. You guys split into 4 different directions. You're all confident you know where the pipes are at.
They all lead here. Oh, okay. Well,
You can't find out where they are, and you're trying to see where they might come up or where goes where. It's a lot harder than you thought, and each of you can make a engineering-ish roll.
Mechanics
roll.
8.
11.
13.
Nope.
15.
And Kolsch is able to find the pipe. That's the little hose faucet right outside Warehouse H that you all walked away from immediately.
Just turn that thing on. Just make it run.
You were able to find the pipe section that connects straight to Warehouse H.
Okay.
It's a big, thick, like 16-inch giant pipe.
Is there like a valve to turn it off?
No, not that you can find. Not with a 15 roll.
I mean, we can go to the pumping station.
Or I got some explosives in my pack.
Blow it up.
You got that going. You're going to flood the whole warehouse district.
Yeah.
Blow it up.
It's not a...
If you do it right, you'll implode the pipe and stop it and cap it.
When have we ever done anything
Yeah.
right?
Just saying.
couldn't find the pipe. Found the pipe. Blow it up.
Only way.
Future plumbers.
I call everybody over.
It looks
Sure.
like a pipe.
It does.
Found it very
The
good.
only way to deal with pipes that I know of is blowing them up.
Albus pulls out his warhammer. I got it.
Devin stepped.
I'm gonna go to channel 1 and
Okay.
ring up little Jimmy. Jimmy, Taylor, Junior Officer Taylor.
Yeah, this is Talon.
It's Kolsch. Hey, who's the city engineer for this town?
There's a couple guys. They work with Rowless Mining.
Perfect.
Who's what's their names and how do I contact them?
I can see if I can get in contact with the one that I trust the most and send them your way. Where are you at?
I give them the location.
Okay.
We're at Warehouse H. I guess I knew the location.
I'm just gonna say, hey, Officer Talon, if you want to come by as well, that'd be great.
No, I'm good. Unless there's some big emergency, I got things to do.
Fine. Promote him.
2 hours go by before someone shows
2 hours.
up.
Wow.
You're bored out of your
He's been
mind.
itching away at the warhammer, just waiting to swing it.
Your phones are like down to 22%.
Yeah, Kolsch is trying to engage somebody in knifey dicey.
All right. And this guy comes up, and he is a human guy, got a big thick beard, and he walks over and says, "Hey, the officer said you need some help.
And who are you?
I'm Jim. Who are you? Who the hell are you?
We are the prophets. And Jim, what is your job title? What do you do here?
I take care of the facilities."
Jim, I'm really glad that Jim sent you. This is Jim.
Jim.
I'm not Jim.
I'll make it easy because my last name is Jameson. Middle name is Jimmy,
Jim James Jameson.
and I'm Junior.
JJ.
I can't read because I'm illiterate.
We just need the water in this pipe to stop flowing.
I go by J cubed.
J quad.
That was a long way of getting to my. I have an odd name named J quad. Yeah, I can turn that water off.
Please do.
And he heads over towards a station that's maybe
3 feet away. There's just
It's hot and cold.
Case of emergency.
He looks at you like idiots and turns the nose. No, he goes half a block away, and he gets maybe halfway there when there is a loud, tremendous, bizarre, booming explosion behind him where you four are all at.
told you we should have had 5. No,
There's
nobody
a-
ever wants to listen to me.
Oh my god! Catherine shoots down in the head.
And he's
There's a loud explosion. You guys all definitely feel it as the entire 15 feet underneath you and this whole warehouse district sinks down. All 4 of you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
10.
13.
Good. Failed. Good.
7.
Failed.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my force
13.
shield.
Good. You take
who takes?
who?
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
I'm going to add a 1d6.
All right.
13.
That's exactly what you needed. So those who rolled 13s takes 5 points of damage. Cole, you take 10 points of damage as you all collapse down into this, like it's like a giant basement just evaporated and all the warehouses crunched down. There's sparks, there's water, there's debris, there's stone. You all collapse on top of each other. Walls kind of fall on top or debris everywhere. You take damage from all of that. And Augie, your entire workshop is plunged into darkness. You're wondering what the hell they just did. And you're like, Jesus. And then Augie, you drop the gun you're holding and you go, Jesus, as you open the door and see there is no yellow dome.
Jesus.
And we will stop there for tonight. And episode 11 ends on a massive cliffhanger. To be clear, the huge protective dome that keeps the town safe from thousands of bugs eager to kill every living thing they see is gone. With the Prophet ship Vesper left in orbit, the only way out is one small shuttle in the dock on the other side of town. Thank you to Seth, Jillian, Chris, Tim, and Christopher. Thank you, listeners, for downloading the show, and thanks to our Patreon supporters. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the official Inglorious Bards Discord server. You can find that information on our webpage. And as always, we appreciate your support at patreon.com/ingloriousbards. Please go check it out. The heroes have taken control of the town's government, but the dome has failed. Will they run for their lives? Will they get off the planet? Or will they help rescue the people of Solor? Until next time.